This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Berwick Harlem School Marching Band under the direction of John Overger, entertaining here at Crespin Field prior to the 33rd meeting between Berwick and Selinsgrove. Berwick leads this series 19-13. They won last season at Selinsgrove 21-7, but prior to that, the Seals had won 3 games in a row in the series. Here's the starting lineup for Selinsgrove. The tight end is a good one, number 21, Wyatt Metzger. He is 6 foot, 195 pounds, a senior. First team all-conference in the Heartland Conference a year ago. 6 catches on the season. Normally you think of a tight end catching short passes. Not with Wyatt Metzger. 157 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's averaging over 26 yards of reception. Caught a 69-yard touchdown bomb in last week's win over Shikellamy. At the left tackle, number 65, Nicholas Schaefer, 6'1", 220, a senior. Michael Moll, starter left guard. He's a big guy, 6 foot, 310 pounds, a senior, number 79. The starting center is expected to be number 50, Nicholas Young. He's trying to overcome a broken left hand. He's a junior, 5'8", 220 pounds. At the right guard, number 68, Trey Bainey, 5'11", 255 pounds, a senior. And the right tackle, Wyatt Metzger's brother, Vance Metzger, a junior, 6'2", 233 pounds. At the wide receiver positions, the leading receiver is Josh Nyland, number 7. He's 5'8", 145, a senior, 11 catches on the season, 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. He caught a big touchdown against Shikellamy last week with just 11 seconds remaining in that opening half. We'll also see number 4, Christian Kantz. He is a 5'11", 160-pound senior, 5 catches on the season for 46 yards. The quarterback started all of last season as a 9th grader. He ended up throwing for 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. Back as a sophomore in that starting role, completing 51.7% of his passes, 30 for 58, 361 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The leading rusher on this team is number 5, Nate Schoen, a wrestling state champion a year ago. He was also a third baseman on a baseball team that won a state championship, and he is a bruiser, 6 foot, 225-pound junior, 241 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns, averaging 5.1 yards a carry. At the fullback, number 44, Ryan Ament, 5'11", 195, a junior, 7 carries on the season for 28 yards. That is the starting lineup. Offensively for the Seals under Derek Hicks in his 5th season as head coach, they come in with a record of 2-2. Their stats are a little skewed because they've had 2 really good games, the opener and last week against Shikellamy, and 2 really bad games in those losses to Jersey Shore and Southern Columbia. So on the season, they're averaging 16 points a game, but over 30 points a game in those 2 wins. For the Bulldogs, at the tight end, number 36, Dallas Schechterly. What a story he is. 5'11", 205-pound senior. He has had his hands on the football 4 times this season, and all 4 times have resulted in touchdowns. He's got 3 passes for 66 yards and 3 touchdowns. And last week against Wyoming Valley West, he returned an interception for a touchdown. Also at that tight end position, we'll see number 9, Blaine Cleaver, 6'3", 219-pound junior, who's also the backup quarterback. Blaine has 4 catches on the season for 32 yards. At the left tackle spot, number 60, Sully Slabinski, 6'1", 215, a senior. Aaron Cashman starts at left guard. He wears number 52. He's a 5'10", 248-pound senior. The starting center is number 66, Nick Heimbaugh, 5'11", 215, a senior. The right guard is number 79, Noah Craig, 5'11", 257 pounds, a senior. And rounding out the all-senior starting offensive line, the right tackle, number 55, Mike Zalutko, 6'1", 235 pounds. The leading receiver for this team is Tegan Wilk, 5'11", 186-pound senior. 9 receptions on the season for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's such a versatile offensive player. Also has 11 carries on the season for 102 yards and a touchdown. We'll also see the speedster Sean Shiptock. In the spring, he tied the school record in the 100-meter dash with 10.9, tying him with Randy Pajovich, a good football player in his own right during his day here at Berwick. Shiptock, 6'2", 202 a junior, 7 receptions on the season for 126 yards, including a 42-yard touchdown grab last week against Wyoming Valley West. The starting quarterback for the Dogs, number 10, Ryan Lawbaugh. He is 6 foot, 184 pounds, a senior, has run the ball effectively. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry on 31 attempts and 2 touchdowns. And he's also completing 62% of his passes, 28 for 45 for 466 yards, 5 touchdowns, just 1 interception. The leading rusher for this team did not play last week due to illness. He is Aiden Mason, number 16, 5'10", 212-pound sophomore, averaging 9.1 yards a carry, 37 attempts, 337 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The starting fullback is number 42, Eric Montez. He is 6'1", 235 pounds, a senior, 9 carries on the season for 34 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's also caught 3 passes for 45 yards. That's the starting lineup offensively for the Bulldogs under Carmen DiFrancesco in his first season as head coach, but his 23rd overall at 5 different stops. His win over Wyoming Valley West last week, the 156th of his career against just 97 losses. Berwick offensively, 3rd in the Wyoming Valley Conference in scoring, 33.2 a game, rushing 231.5. That puts him 2nd in the conference. Passing 131.7, that's 5th. Overall, they're 3rd. So that offensive unit, which started slowly against Abington Heights, getting better as we have this season go by. Berwick against Selinsgrove, the keys to tonight's game. Keith Seeley.
Thanks, Jim. We'll start off with Selinsgrove. I think a big key for them will be limiting the big plays of Berwick. You know, they can strike from anywhere. Their receivers run the ball for touchdowns. They catch the ball for touchdowns. Their quarterback throws for touchdowns. He runs for touchdowns. Their running backs, they can go for 60, 70 yards easily. For Selinsgrove, they got to make the field a little bit longer. You know, make Berwick have 10, 12 play drives. Take some time off the clock. Keep the score a little bit lower. Hopefully they hope they would be there in the 4th quarter. And then the other thing, something that I always think of when I think of Selinsgrove, are their special teams. In the past, I could bet on it every year that we played them. They would have a fake punt somewhere in the game and get a first down off of it. Their return game has always been strong, and they always put 11 tacklers out there on their punt and kickoff teams. So for them, if they can make a play or 2 on special teams, make Berwick hold the ball on offense, no big plays for a quick score, I think they have a shot in this game. For Berwick, something that we already talked about a little bit is that 3-5 defense. The offensive line has to come ready to play. They have to figure it out pretty quickly, and like I said before, just trust the assignment that's put in front of them, do what they're supposed to, and Berwick will be able to move the ball against them. Defensively, I think it's important that Berwick stop the run. Try to make Selinsgrove one-dimensional. In the first 3 games of the year, Selinsgrove, I think, was a run-oriented team with a fullback, with a tailback that's built like a fullback, and a big quarterback. They try to move the ball on the ground. If Berwick can take that away from them, make them throw the ball, I think they're playing to Berwick's strength, which would be their defensive backs and their linebackers, who do a great job in coverage. If Berwick can do that, I think they've got a real good shot at winning this game.
Yeah, you mentioned the special teams for Selinsgrove. We were both watching Kyle Rule, their place kicker, in the pregame, and he was comfortable hitting from 40 and beyond.
Yeah, he was very impressive. He was. They were going outside the fence from 40. That would be good from close to 50. So that was impressive.
You know, one of the things that Berwick had problems with at Selinsgrove, and it hasn't been such a problem this year, is catching punts. They muffed 3 or 4 punts at Selinsgrove that kept the Seals in the game. I remember coming to a Berwick practice, and you were coaching the returners, and you said there's 3 priorities: catch the ball, and catch the ball. And, you know, returns are nice,
right,
but the first priority is always to get the ball.
Exactly, especially on the turf fields. You know, the ball goes 20 yards in the air and rolls for another 30. It's just unacceptable. I always liked our returners to move 5 yards closer to the line of scrimmage instead of 5 yards further away. Make the punter punt a 45 or 50-yard ball. You don't see anywhere near as many of those as you do the 25-yarders.
Yeah, it's so discouraging to see a 25-yard punt turn into a 50-yard punt, and it can on this turf.
Exactly, and that's on the returner. They have to be willing to make the catch.
Berwick is very fortunate. Not many teams are too deep at quarterback, but they are. When Blaine Cleaver comes in, and I went through Ryan Lawlaw's numbers, which aren't bad at all. 62% completion, 5.1 yards a carry. Blaine Cleaver, in limited time, also 62% and 103 yards on 9 carries. So you can't go wrong there.
Right. No, and that's a nice problem to have. And I think when Blaine comes in the game, you naturally assume he's a bigger guy. It's going to be a different type of offense. Maybe they're going to, more power, runs and things like that. He runs the exact same offense that Ryan runs, and they both do it exceptionally well.
And you were a defensive coordinator in this program for many years, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the running quarterback, it just gives coordinators fits, and Berwick has 2 of them.
Yeah, and it's tough to account for that extra man. You always say defense should have an advantage because they have 11. Offense really only has 10. You don't count the quarterback. Well, when he's running like a tailback, you have to account for him, and that evens out a lot of things.
Yeah, and Danny Shuck has not shown a propensity to run the football for Selinsgrove, so that's a threat that the Bulldogs really don't have to deal with. But this Berwick defense has just been lights out. 4 points a game. Minus 68 yards rushing for the opposition through 4 games. That is just sick.
Yeah.
And the only place they're not first in the Wyoming Valley Conference is in pass defense, but that's a deceiving stat because if you're way ahead, the other team is throwing the ball all the time, there's going to be some yardage.
Yeah. They're exceptional at all 3 levels. Obviously their defensive line, they have a lot of experience. They're big, strong, fast kids, and they get to the ball. Linebackers are the same way, and the secondary, the athletic ability of the 4 guys in the secondary is phenomenal.
This is a good defensive team. Keith, by the way, at halftime, we'll talk to him a little bit about a college football game he was involved in. This is the 150th year of college football. A lot of celebrations going on, and Keith actually played in a game that most people consider to be one of the top 10 games of all time. We'll get his view on that one as the Bulldogs about to make their way onto the near side of the field. Berwick wearing the blue jerseys, white helmets, white numerals, white pants, and trim. And across the way, Selinsgrove in their white jerseys, white pants, white helmets, dark blue numerals, and red trim. So it's Berwick against Selinsgrove. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
We're passing the savings on to you during our Kickoff to Savings event happening right now at Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Let's talk Ram trucks. We have over 100 of them at your fingertips. Right now, get 0% for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on select 2019 Rams. It's also Jeep Adventure Days. Lease a 2019 Grand Cherokee Laredo or a 2019 Cherokee Latitude Plus for just $199. We have over 100 Jeeps on site to take you on your next off-road adventure. So when it comes to buying your next vehicle, don't shop the rest, shop the best. Come see the Kaiser Boys and experience for yourself the best selection, the best price, and the best service and parts around. Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Route 405 in Muncie or Route 11 in Danville. Fairfield for the best deals. Leases are for 36 months and 42 months, $32.99 due at signing. Offers on select vehicles only for qualified buyers only. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. Offers end September 30th. See dealer for complete details.
Fairfield, you're gonna love us.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, are your roofing experts for Luzerne, Columbia, and Montour counties. With 26 years of experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your decks, siding, or roofing, specializing in metal and rubber shingles. Most roofing work is done in one day, so remember the name, Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Call Red's Roofing, 752-4351. Owner Harry Titus, a proud supporter of the Berwick football team.
Are you looking looking to meet an elder care need? Do you or a loved one need assistance with any of the instrumental or basic activities of daily living? Brookdale Senior Living has a solution. Brookdale Bloomsburg, located at 420 Schaefer Road, is a premium personal care home offering a family atmosphere along with round-the-clock nursing care. Call 570-387-6868 to learn more. Better yet, we invite you to drop in and meet the Brookdale family and learn how we can offer an optimum aging experience for you or a loved one.
Berwick Bulldog Football, HLM.
SUV season is here at Kent Pollock Ford. Get back to school with plenty of cargo room and enough seating to haul all your family and friends. Don't worry about being a teacher's pet. You get to grade with $5,500 back on every 2019 Ford SUV going on now at Kent Pollock Ford. Need a little more pickup at your tailgate? Get up to $12,900 in savings off MSRP or 0% financing on America's best-selling truck, the 2019 Ford F-150. Don't be late. Offers end soon. Stop in and shop Kent Pollock Ford, Berwick.
Choose with confidence. The Medicine Shop.
At the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, located at the corner of 9th and Pine Streets in Berwick, caring goes beyond the prescriptions. Discover the one-on-one customer service and dedication that makes caring part of the culture at the Medicine Shop in Berwick. Stock up on everything you need to keep you and your family healthy all year long. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, located on the corner of 9th and Pine Streets in Berwick, where caring goes beyond the prescriptions.
If you have a child that's interested in gymnastics, or if you've been practicing the sport for years, then Access Gymnastics Academy is where you want to be. Their dedicated coaches will teach you everything you need to know to perform your best, from the basics of flexibility, form, and style to advanced techniques that will improve your rhythm and style during a routine. Call Heidi Rebuck at Access Gymnastics Academy at 570-441-5969. That's 570-441-5969. Now enrolling for beginner to advanced classes at 917 East 7th Street in Bloomsburg.
S.J. Kowalski Heating and Air Conditioning sells comfort. Since 1972, S.J. Kowalski understands the importance of doing business locally. They service what they sell and take pride in customer satisfaction. S.J. Kowalski is a trained comfort specialist, a Lennox dealer, and they are Northeastern Pennsylvania's premier dealer of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split systems. S.J. Kowalski also sells and installs energy-efficient Rinnai water heaters and geothermal systems. Call 1-888-KOWALSKI and ask about special promotions and zero-interest financing.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog Football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Anthem is sung by the chorus group from Berwick, the Modern Airs, prior to this Selinsgrove Berwick football game to kick off weekend number 5 of the high school football regular season. The officials for this game: Earl Harris is the referee, Frank Golicki is the umpire, John Pekarovsky the line judge, Jim Trusky is the linesman, Chris Basic is the side judge, and the field judge is Chad Obert. Selinsgrove won the toss, deferred to the second half. So Berwick will get the football to start. We've talked a lot about that Selinsgrove 3-5. The 3, Vance Metzger, Nate Schoen, and Trey Bainey. Inside linebacker, among the 5 linebackers, will be Wyatt Metzger. On either side of him, Micah Showers and Nicholas Schaefer. On the very outside, Scott Kissinger and a sophomore, Brandon Heil. At the corners for the Seals, Josh Nyland and Brett Four. And Teague Hoover is the safety. He's a good one, and just a sophomore. He was a second-team Heartland Conference selection as a 9th grader. Already has an interception this season. 5'9", 150 pounds. Berwick will be moving from our left to our right as they will send back deep Tegan Wilk, Aiden Mason. Mason, of course, a couple of kickoff return touchdowns a season ago as a 9th grader. And also back there will be Alejandro Lopez. The Seals will kick it off. Again, Selinsgrove 2-2, Berwick 4-0. Trying to set up what would be a battle of unbeatens next week at Valley View. We'll keep you abreast of the Valley View situation tonight. The Cougars are on the road playing at Honesdale. Kyle Rule, who Keith and I talked about, is having a good foot, will kick it off for the Seals. He approaches the ball and he kicks it short and takes a high hop over the head of Preston Robbins, headed toward the sideline, picked up by Aiden Mason, and then is hit along that sideline. Aaron Rotherwell made the play. So Selinsgrove was taking no chances with the return. Purposely kicked along the turf, and it went over the head of Robbins, who was about to make a catch at the 28. Aiden Mason got it, but couldn't do much with it. And Berwick will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Berwick was lucky to keep that ball. There was some confusion back there for a second.
Yeah, and it was a tough situation. I think Robbins was set to take it, but then it took that high hop over his head. So the Bulldogs, moving from our left to our right, start with 3 receivers to the left. Robbins, Sheptock, and Wilk. And Ryan Lawball will operate out of the gun. He sends Aiden Mason in motion, so there's 4 receivers to that side, and a quick hitter to Mason. He drops the football. So Berwick was trying to get Mason out there and have those 3 other receivers do the blocking, but it comes up as an incompletion as Mason couldn't hang on.
Berwick had the numbers on that play, too. The Selinsgrove only had 3 defenders against 3 blockers, so if they could have completed that pass, it could have been a nice game.
Yeah, set up well, but needed the catch. Blaine Cleaver is the tight end on the right side. Slot to the left now. Again, Lawball operating out of the gun. Sends Wilk in motion. Fake to him. Lawball keeps the football over the 25 out to about the 28-yard line. So he picks up about 3 on the play. It'll be a 3rd down play coming. They're marking at the 27, so 3rd down and 8.
3rd and 8 at the 27. The nice thing about what Berwick's doing right now with the spread offense is that'll take 1 or 2 of Selinsgrove's defenders out of the box, which then limits what they can do up front. So that's got to help their offensive line a little bit.
3rd down and 8, Bulldogs. Sheptock wide to the right. Wilk in a slot to that side. And Preston Robbins wide to the left. Lawball waits the shotgun snap. He has it, and he's back to throw, and he looks, and he fires a pass, and it's complete to Cleaver, and extends that big body for 1st down out near the 38-yard line. Lawball to Blaine Cleaver for the 1st down.
It's a beautiful pass. It was perfect timing. He threw it on the break. The head was turned and the ball was there.
11 yards on the completion from Ryan Lawbaugh to Blaine Cleaver. And Berwick with a 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Early going here at Crispin Field. Bulldogs trying to take an unbeaten record to Valley View next Friday. Slot to the left. Wilk again in motion. This time he takes the handoff, tries to sweep the left side. He's over the 40 and out near the 45-yard line. Lawball, that time handing it off to Wilk, who came in motion. And a good 1st down carry. They're going to mark it at the 45-yard line. That's a 7-yard pickup.
Berwick's doing a great job on those outside runs of reaching the end and getting to that outside linebacker, which is giving Tegan Wilk a lot of room to run. A nice play by the safety there for the Seals.
2nd down and 3. Slot to the right side. Lawball out of the gun. Hands it off. And keeps the football and has a 1st down out near midfield. Put it in the belly of Aiden Mason, then kept the football. And that has been an effective running play for Berwick this season. 4 yards on the carry by Ryan Lawball. 1st and 10 Bulldogs on the move in their first possession of the game.
Ryan did a real nice job there of that fake. Selinsgrove had 2 defensive linemen that got upfield, actually ran by him before he took off.
Lawball averaging 5.1 yards a carry coming into this game. Slot to the right, Tegan Wilk wide to the left. Berwick from their 49. Selinsgrove showing blitz. Lawball has it. Good time. Looking long for Sheptock. He has it at the 10, and he's dragged out at the 5-yard line. Ryan Lawball, a bomb to Sean Sheptock. 1st and goal, Berwick.
That's a tough one for the corner for the Seals. He's 5'7", and Sean goes about 6'2", and he runs a 10-800 meters. So you got to give him a little more room on a play like that.
46 yards on the reception. Sean Sheptock becoming the big play receiver they hoped he would be. Had a 42-yard touchdown last week. First and goal, Berwick from the 5, and Tegan Wilk lines up as the lone running back. Montez comes in motion to the right. He'll lead the blocking for Wilk, who lowers the shoulder and gets in for the touchdown. Tegan Wilk off the right side, 5 yards for the score.
That's just power football. They put 9 guys on the line of scrimmage and didn't mess around with it. Nice play. Very nice.
And sending Montez in motion, and he led the way for Tegan Wilk. That 5-yard touchdown run, so an impressive drive off the opening kickoff for Berwick. And Brendan Hinkle, the sophomore, will be on to kick the extra point. He was 6 for 6 last week against Wyoming Valley West, 18 for 20 on the season. Jake Lanning does the snapping. Tegan Wilk will hold. Good snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is no good. No good. Timeout on the field. 8:59 remaining, opening quarter. Berwick 6. Selinsgrove nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Great start to this game for the Berwick offense. They take over, go 7 plays, 75 yards. Tegan Wilk, a 5-yard touchdown run. The big play on the drive, the 46-yard pass completion. Ryan Lawbaugh to Sean Sheptock.
That series took about 3 minutes off the clock. Selinsgrove can't withstand that if they allow that to happen too many times tonight.
No, it just looked really sharp at Berwick on that drive as Montez kick fielded by Nyland at the 11-yard line to the 15, to the 20, gets outside the 30 and ridden out of bounds about the 35-yard line. Nice return by Josh Nyland. Benjamin Moore among the people in on the play for Berwick. This Berwick defense that we raved about will line up with Mason Lawbaugh and Eric Montez at the ends. Sully Slobinski and Ethan Hughes at the tackles. Linebackers Dallas Schechterly and Mike Zalutko. Strong safety Blaine Cleaver. Weak safety Ryan Lawbaugh. The corners Preston Robbins and Sean Sheptock. And the free safety is Tegan Wilk. First and 10, Selinsgrove at their own 35-yard line after the return by Nyland. Shuck will operate out of the gun. A slot to the left, and Nyland comes in motion. A fake to him. Schoen gets the call, tries the left side, nothing doing. Slobinski is there. Mason Lawbaugh is there. Montez is there. Berwick has just been lights out against the run this season.
They were, and I was a little interested to see how Selinsgrove was going to come out. First 3 games, they had a lot of 2-back sets, pro sets. In the last game, they seemed to have a little more success with the 1-back. Which is what they came out with on that first play.
Brett Four comes on. He doesn't bother going in the huddle. He is wide to the left side. There's a slot to the right. The sophomore quarterback, Danny Schock, out of the gun. Has the snap, rolls right, looking to throw. He's got to keep the football. He's got to be second effort, getting him over the 35 out to the 38-yard line. Nice job by him to get something. It'll bring up a 3rd down call.
That was a very nice play by him. He broke 2 tackles there. He only got 3 yards on the play, but that could have easily been 2 or 3 yard loss.
So Selinsgrove with their first 3rd down situation. 3rd down and 7 at their own 38-yard line. Players look at their wristbands where they play as they go slot to the left. Nyland in the slot. Christian Kantz outside of him. Shuck has Nate Schoen as a protector to his left. 3rd down call coming. Shuck back to throw. Looking. Here comes the rush. He turns the corner. He's got running room over the 40 and has the first down out to the 48-yard line. Danny Shuck on the scramble picks up a Selinsgrove first down.
Eric Montez there made a little bit of a mistake trying to come inside that tackle block, which allowed the quarterback to get outside and get that first down.
9 yards in the carry by Shuck on that 3rd down and 7 situation. And Selinsgrove, 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. 7:09 to go in the opening quarter. Berwick with a 6-0 advantage. Slap to the right. Cants wide to the left. Shuck has the shotgun snap, and he's back to throw. And he has time. Now it breaks down. He rolls right. He fires a diving attempt and a catch by 4 in Berwick territory. A yard or 2 short of the first down.
Shuck's showing some nice mobility so far in this game. Something that he hadn't really shown so much in the first 4 games that they played. So if he can keep this up and be as accurate on the run as that, it could give Berwick some problems.
9 yards in that reception. 2nd down and 1, and Selinsgrove in their first possession. They have it at the Berwick 44-yard line. 2nd down and 1. Shown to the right of Shuck, who operates out of the gun. Has the snap, gives it to Schoen, looking for the first down yardage. He will not get there. Ethan Hughes was there. Eric Montez, Mason Lawbaugh. It's a loss back to the 46-yard line, and now a 3rd down and 3.
The defensive line's just, doing what they've been doing all year long. They're just physically more gifted than most of the teams that they're playing right now, and they're able to control the line of scrimmage.
And yeah, Keith, you can't give up on the run. You have to try it.
Yeah, you got to throw it in there every now and then just to keep them honest. But so far, it looks like it's going to be a tough night to run the ball.
3rd down and 3. Seals at the Bulldog 46-yard line. Shuck gives it to Hollenbach. He is going nowhere. They have lost a half yard. Ryan Lawbaugh, coming from his weak safety position, makes the play. We've talked about Lawbaugh as the quarterback. He is a terrific defender as well. There's another loss of a yard. So what was a 2nd down and 1 now becomes a 4th and 4, and Selinsgrove's going to punt it away. Wyatt Metzger back, awaiting the snap from Cameron Fogarty. Tegan Wilk back in single safety for the Bulldogs. Long count. Good snap. Metzger gets the kick away. Tegan Wilk will let it go, headed toward the end zone, and it's stopped right at the 1-yard line. Dean Hollenbach down there to make a good play. Normally, that's what you want a return man to do. Put your heels in at the 10, let it go over your head, and most of the time it'll go in the end zone. It did not.
Yep, Tegan did exactly what he's taught to do on that. The ball he was on the 10. If you have to step back, call a fair catch, and get out of the way. The ball should roll into the end zone. Unfortunately for Berwick, it's on the 1.
4 minutes, 48 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Berwick leading Selinsgrove by a score of 6-0. But the Bulldogs backed up to their own 1-yard line for this next possession. They'll have 2 tight ends in this situation. They bring in Dallas Schechterly to go with Blaine Cleaver. And from their own 1, Lawbaugh under center. Aiden Mason deep in the end zone. Lawbaugh, quarterback keeper, follows Heimbaugh, looking for a little bit of room. Got a couple, but he's 2nd down coming.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart play from there. The way Selinsgrove likes to run things, especially on what they would consider a short yardage play, they're going to put that extra linebacker in the A gap and try to clog everything up in the middle. To turn around and have to try to hand that back to one of the backs, you never know, one of those guys could get into the end zone for a safety. So I think that's a real nice play by Berwick there.
Selinsgrove defended it well, though, and no gain by Ryan Lawbaugh. 2nd down and 10 Bulldogs at their own 1-yard line. Again, Mason deep in the backfield. 2 blocking backs to the left. As the give, Lawbaugh keeps it and not much doing. Maybe another yard, so it's going to be 3rd down, a difficult situation for Berwick deep in their own territory. They put it right at the 1, so Selinsgrove has stopped Berwick on back-to-back downs, creating a 3rd down and 10, and Berwick will bring their wide receivers in, Sean Sheptot, Tegan Wilk, and Preston Robbins.
And again, I think this is what we had talked about a little earlier. Berwick goes to the spread offense. That'll bring one or two of the Selinsgrove defenders out of the box, which gives their running backs a little bit more room.
And Berwick uses a timeout. 3:29 to go in the opening quarter. Bulldogs lead 6-0. You're listening to Berwick Football on Sports Radio HLM.
At Traditional Home Health Care, their beliefs make all the difference. You have the right to choose the highest level of health care in your own home, from pediatrics to seniors, as well as non-skilled home health care services like meal prep, housekeeping, and companionship. They'll work with you to create a care plan for your loved one. Traditional is your extended family when family can't be there. Visit TraditionalHomeHealthCare.com today and see them at the WHLM booth, 3rd and Avenue A at the Bloomsburg Fair on Senior Citizens Day, Monday, September 23rd from 10 till 7.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
3:29 to go in the opening quarter. Berwick has a 6-0 lead, but the Bulldogs have a very difficult situation. They have the ball at their own 1-yard line, facing a 3rd down and 10, and they're doing it after their timeout. They do have a slot to the right side. And Ryan Lawbaugh will operate out of the gun. He's 5 yards deep in the Berwick end zone. Wilk comes in motion. Rolling right is Lawbaugh. He's in trouble. Gets the pass away. Overthrows it. Nyland intercepts it. Goes in for a Selinsgrove touchdown. Lawbaugh overshot his man. Josh Nyland right there takes it 8 yards for the score, and Selinsgrove is an extra point away from the lead.
I tell you, that play there was caused by nose guard Nate Schoen. He made a terrific swim move and was right on top of Ryan Lawbaugh. I think Ryan was trying to get rid of the ball a little too quickly. Made the mistake, didn't see Nyland standing right in the flat.
So the punt to the 1-yard line eventually pays off for the Seals. They get pressure on Lawbaugh. He unloads just his 2nd interception of the season, but it goes for a touchdown. And now Kyle Rule will try to give Selinsgrove the lead. His kick is up, and his kick is good. Timeout on the field. 3:23 to go, opening quarter. Selinsgrove 7, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Yannick Real Estate is your full-service real estate agency. Buying, selling, residential, commercial, multifamily, land, and rental management. Call Yannick Real Estate. Owner Mike Yannick, a veteran himself, served his country and has been serving this area for decades. Mike and his staff will guide you through the real estate process. Veterans, be sure to check the VA loan options. Yannick Real Estate, your full-service real estate agency. 1232 West Front Street in Berwick. Call 759-3300.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
With Berwick backed up to their own 1-yard line, facing 3rd and 10. Big play by Selinsgrove. Nate Schoen, the pressure on quarterback Ryan Lawbaugh. And then Josh Nyland with the interception return for a score. Kyle Rule with the extra point. 7-6 Selinsgrove. 3:23 to go in the opening quarter. Rule will kick it off. They didn't kick long last time. They don't kick long again. This time a high hop right to Robbins at the 33, and Preston Robbins is upended at the 38-yard line. The Seals have shown that they are not going to kick long to Berwick in their dangerous deep end. So the Bulldogs get it back, and the Seals have to be feeling very, very good about themselves after the turn of events. It all started with the excellent punt and good coverage, setting up Berwick at the 1-yard line, and the Bulldogs could get nothing going to give them any kind of room. And then following a timeout, the overthrow, the interception, the touchdown, and Berwick finds themselves down 7-6.
This is a time that they have to respond. It's everything was going their way, and in a matter of about 10 seconds, they're losing by a point. So this is a big series for Berwick.
And the Bulldogs will use another timeout. 3:20 to go in the quarter. They trail 7-6. You're listening to Berwick football on Sports Radio HLM.
Riverview Block of Berwick, with over 75 years of service, can handle all your block and concrete needs. They carry all sizes of concrete block, including decorative E.P. Henry landscaping block. Their concrete is PennDOT approved and delivered with front discharge trucks. Riverview Block also carries masonry supplies, tools, cement, sand, and stone. For prompt delivery, call Riverview Block, 570-752-7191. Riverview Block is proud to support the Berwick Bulldogs.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
3:20 to go in the opening quarter. That timeout was actually called by Selinsgrove. So Berwick has it 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Selinsgrove leading Berwick 7-6. Bulldogs moving from our left to our right here in the opening quarter. Berwick, their first possession, put together a terrific-looking drive, but weren't able to get out of their own area in that second possession. That led to the interception and the score. It's a 7-6 Selinsgrove advantage. Lawbaugh under center. Ryan Lawbaugh toss, sweep left side. Aiden Mason. Montez out in front. Mason lowers the shoulder, gets over the 40, out to the 43-yard line. And making the tackle from his safety position, Teague Hoover, sophomore for the Seals. Pick up a 4 to the 42, 2nd down and 6.
That play looked like it had some potential to go a lot further than that. Hoover made a really nice play filling that lane.
Yeah, boy, he's given up a lot of size there. As Mason goes 215 and Hoover listed as 150.
He brought all of that 150.
2nd down and 6, Bulldogs from their 42. Lawbaugh under center. They're coming on a blitz. The give is to Aiden Mason, and he won't get much. Maybe a yard to the 43, so a 3rd down call coming.
Selinsgrove's just in this tight set that Berwick's been running the last couple of plays is selling out. They're bringing all 5 of their linebackers up to the line of scrimmage, just assuming that Berwick's going to run the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in this game Berwick runs a play action off of that set.
No gain on that run by Aiden Mason. 3rd down and 6 for the Bulldogs. Sean Sheptock wide to the right. Preston Robbins in a slot to that side. Keegan Wilk, wide receiver left, and he comes in motion. Lob out of the gun, has the snap, rolling right, looking to throw, fires, diving attempt, and incomplete. As Preston Robbins went to the turf, tried to make the play. He was covered well by Teague Hoover. So Selinsgrove gets the stop, and Berwick brings the punt team on.
That was a nice play design, and he had the 1st down. But the play was nice by the free safety there to come up and disrupt that play.
Brett Four and Josh Nyland deep for the Seals. Sean Sheptock has done a good job punting the football for Berwick this season, standing back at the 30. Jake Lanning with a good snap, and the kick is away. Line drive kick. Muffed by Four. Goes down and gets it near the 25-yard line. Brett Four couldn't handle it, but he was able to get on the football. So Selinsgrove takes over with 1:46 to go in this opening quarter, and the Seals leading the Bulldogs by a score of 7-6. Ball will be at the 25-yard line. Seals moved the ball pretty well in their first possession. Took it into Berwick territory, but eventually on a 4th and 4, punted it away.
You're going to have to find some way to get Nate Schoen out in space a little bit more.
Seals moving from our right to our left in this opening period from their own 25-yard line. Schoen will line up to the right of Danny Schuck, sophomore quarterback. Awaits the shotgun snap. He has it. Straight drop back to throw. Big pass rush. Flag down on the play. Maybe holding. Gets the pass away. Incomplete. Dallas Schechterly was the closest one to it. We'll check the flag. Usually in the area of holding.
That was nice pressure right up the middle. I think somebody had to reach and made a tackle of their own on the offensive line there.
Berwick will blitz occasionally. They'll even come with their secondary, but they can get a real pass rush out of that front forward. Keith, I know from a standpoint of a former defensive coordinator, if you can get a pass rush out of your front four without blitzing, that's a luxury.
Oh, that's what everybody dreams of. If you can keep 7 guys in coverage, especially the guys that Berwick can put out there on the field, it's almost unfair.
Not sure why the long discussion about a walk-off on a hold.
Maybe there was more than one and they couldn't decide who to.
They're still talking about it. We just walk it off, guys.
This puts Selinsgrove in a tough spot. I'd almost suspect a run here only because you know that the defensive line for Berwick is going to be pinning their ears back.
Yeah, the ball's at the 12-yard line, so it's 1st and 23 for the Seals at their own 12. They're out of the spread with a slot to the left and a wide receiver right. And Shuck is going to keep the football, and he gets nowhere. Eric Montez wraps him up inside the 5-yard line.
That was a great play by Eric. They tried to reach him on the corner with 2 lead blockers, and he just wouldn't allow it. Got outside of the tackle block. Quarterback had nowhere to go.
Now you look in your book of plays, and you see 2nd and 31 at your own 4. I would think they're limited.
I think I'd give it to number 5 and hope he bounces off of somebody.
So the Seals now back at their own 4-yard line after the big play by Eric Montez. Ryan Aument is in there as a fullback. Schoen 2 yards deep in the end zone is the tailback in the eye. And Schoen gets it and tries the right side and not much doing. He'll get a yard, maybe 2 on the play. So it is going to be 3rd and very long for the Seals. They mark it at the 9, so they give them 5, and 3rd and 26 at their own 9-yard line.
Schoen made a nice run on that. Berwick did blitz one of their linebackers, but they looped to the right side of the defensive line, and the Seals ran the ball the other way, so they had an extra blocker.
Time winding down here in the opening quarter. Maybe the last play of the opening period. Again, the I formation, shown the tailback. Shuck under center. 3rd and long from the 9. A problem with the exchange, and Selinsgrove is able to get on the football, but it'll be a 4th down situation coming. Are there flags down the play? Yeah, it's against Selinsgrove. So the walk-off will send it back to the 4-yard line. Bring up 3rd and 31.
It was one of those plays that the center thought it was on 1 and everybody else thought it was on 2.
And that will be the final play of this opening quarter. With the score, Selinsgrove 7, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio, HLM.
When you need the services of a professional law firm, you need the law offices of Lutz & Petty at 916 West Front Street in Berwick. Lutz & Petty is your hometown choice for elder law and asset protection, criminal law, estate planning, real estate, and personal injury. The full-service legal team of Lutz & Petty takes this opportunity to wish the Berwick Bulldogs a successful and injury-free season. Call them at 570-218-4888. The law offices of Lutz & Petty, protecting you. Go Dogs!
Berwick Bulldog football.
In HLM sports tonight, in the first, Southern Columbia leads Central Columbia 20-0. In the second, Milton leads Danville 6-0. And in the first, Valley View leads Honesdale 14-0. For HLM Sports, I'm Raven Klein.
Berwick Bulldog football. HLM.
Berwick 7-6, but the Seals in a very difficult position to start this second quarter. As they move from our left to our right in the period, they have the ball at their own 4-yard line. They're facing a 3rd down and 31.
Certainly didn't expect a 7-6 first quarter after we saw that first drive from Berwick, but that's the thing with football. It's just 1 or 2 plays, goes your way, momentum changes, and now you're in a dogfight.
Well, let's see how the Seals play it here. On 3rd down and 31. Wyatt Metzger, their dangerous receiver from a tight end position, is lined up to the right. Schoen is the tailback, a couple of yards deep in his end zone. They send Nyland in motion, toss, sweep to Schoen, looking for running room. Berwick strings it out, and a big hit at about the 8-yard line. Keegan Wilk puts the shoulder into Nate Schoen, and 4th down, the punt team on for the Seals.
That's a beautiful thing to watch. Teagan exploded into that tackle. That's textbook.
4th and 27 for the Seals, so Berwick would figure to get good field position. Teagan Wilk and Blake Maurer deep for the Bulldogs. Wyatt Metzger in the end zone, gets the kick away. It's a line drive kick. They let it bounce, and it takes a great roll where Selinsgrove is concerned. Boy, Carm DiFrancesco really upset with his deep men. That turns into a huge punt when it wasn't much of a punt at all.
It was a 23-yard roll off of that punt, exactly what we talked about earlier.
60 yards altogether, no return. And what should have been really good position for Berwick is just average position. They take over at their own 32-yard line with 11:11 to go in this opening half, and the Bulldogs trailing Selinsgrove 7-6. As they have the wide receivers in there, Sean Sheptock wide to the right. In fact, 3 receivers to the right. Sheptock joined by Preston Robbins and Teagan Wilk. Ryan Lawbaugh will operate out of the gun with Aiden Mason to his left. Lawbaugh has the snap. Fakes to Mason, keeps the football, has run to him, the 40, the 45, stiff arms the tackler over midfield, down to the 46-yard line of the Seals. Ryan Lawbaugh fakes the handoff to Mason, keeps the football, and always finishes strong, as he did there for a first down at the Selinsgrove 46.
Berwick's really taken advantage of that front 3 for Selinsgrove, over penetrating. Their job is to get upfield and disrupt, but they're getting too far up the field. Taking the bait on the fake, and Ryan Lawbaugh is running right by him.
22 yards of the carry by Lawbaugh. 1st and 10 Berwick at the Selinsgrove 46-yard line. Blocking backs to the left side. They give us a Mason off that left side. Has running home inside the 40. Stiff arms the tackler at the 35. Down the sideline 30. And finally forced out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. They put those 2 blocking backs behind the line of scrimmage to the left, and they led the way for Aiden Mason.
All they're doing on that is the offensive line blocks down. They lead with one of those 2 backs, and there was a great kick-out block there by Eric Montez to free him.
22 yards on the carry by Aiden Mason, so back-to-back 22-yard carries for the Bulldogs. Trailing by 1, they have it at the Selinsgrove 24-yard line. Again, the blocking backs to the left side. Selinsgrove coming on blitz. Mason gets it with a head of steam, and he gets to the 21, maybe the 20-yard line. Ryan Ament, a 5'11", 195-pound junior, in on the play for the Seals. So they mark the ball at the 21, pick up a 3, 2nd down and 7. Keith, I love those 2 big blocking backs in there, because you think you're going to follow them, and if you do, that's pretty good. But if you go the other way, when they overload.
And those are 2 big, quick bodies, too.
Schechterly joining Montez in those positions. 2nd and 7. Mason gets the call again off the left side. This time the Seals are up to the task. Ahmed coming and making a big hit on Mason after a gain of maybe a yard on the play. It's a big 3rd down call coming for the Bulldogs. The ball at the 21. No, they give him no gain. 3rd and 7.
Very nice play by that middle linebacker. Berwick's got to do a little bit better job of coming off of that first line of defense and getting to that 2nd level to wall that off. Everything else was there.
Alejandro Lopez is in there. He's to the left of Lawbaugh, who operates out of the gun with 3 receivers to the right on 3rd and 7. Selinsgrove showing blitz. Lawbaugh has the snap, but flags and whistles. Illegal procedure against Berwick, so a 3rd and 7 becomes a 3rd down and 12.
Looked like Berwick was going to go back to that quarterback lead, and they certainly had a hole there. The defensive end tried to go out around the block, and there was a big lane for Lawbaugh to take on that one.
So a tough situation for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 12 at the Selinsgrove 26-yard line. You want to get at least some of this yardage and make it a manageable 4th down. 3 receivers to the right. Lopez to the left of Lawbaugh, who awaits the shotgun snap. He has it. Back to throw. Looking, fires to the far sideline. Has a man. Teagan Wilk breaks away from a tackler at the 15 and gets down to the 12-yard line for a Berwick first down. A big 3rd down conversion. Ryan Lawbaugh to Teagan Wilk.
Very nice design play, too, with that trip set out there. They bring the outside flanker in motion. to bring it back to a bunch set. Tegan Wilk just waited for the other two receivers to go upfield and then cut underneath. Ryan Lobo made a beautiful pass on that.
On a third down and 12, they got 15 yards and a first down at the Selinsgrove 11-yard line. Lopez deep in the backfield as the lone running back. Lob off under center. And movement on the part of Berwick. That left side of the offensive line is going to bring up a first and 15.
Berwick started that play with 9 men on the line of scrimmage. Stepped Montez back. I think they were going to bring him in motion across for another kick-out play on that. Just took a little too long. One of the linemen got a little ahead of himself.
8:43 remaining in this opening half. Unbeaten Berwick trailing Selinsgrove by a score of 7-6. The Bulldogs first and 16 at the Selinsgrove 16-yard line. Lopez deep in the backfield. Montez comes in motion left to right. Laba gives the ball to Lopez. He's hit for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Good play by Ryan Ament. The linebacker was really making his presence felt in that 3-5. So second down and long. Berwick back at the 18.
Berwick ran a counter play on that and made a nice read. The linebacker made a nice read on that. He read the guard pulling. Followed him right into the hole.
Under 8 minutes to go in this opening half. Selinsgrove is a team that has given Berwick fits in recent history, winning 3 of the last 4, and they have the lead here. Berwick second and 17 at the Selinsgrove 18-yard line. Trips to the left side. Laba looking that way. Fires a bullet pass. It's tipped up in the air. Scramble is on. Selinsgrove indicates they have the football. The officials have not made an indication. Now they rule incomplete. Incomplete. It went in and out of the hands of Preston Robbins. A dangerous pass in the air. There were 3 or 4 Seals that probably should have intercepted. None did. And Berwick will keep it, facing third and 17 at the Selinsgrove 18.
Ball felt like it was in the air for about 10 seconds. It just kind of hung there. And everybody kind of looked at it. Nobody went and got it.
So let's see what the Bulldogs come up with on third and long. They converted on a third and 12 on this possession. Now a third and 17. Lawball under center. Selinsgrove showing blitz. The give on the play is to Robbins, and he gives off to Tegan Wilk, looking for blocking. Wilk hurdles the tackler, gets only to the 14-yard line. So a double handoff. Wilk ends up with the football, picks up 4. Fourth down and 13. Is this in the range of Brendan Hinkle for a field goal, or will the Bulldogs go for it? Looks like they're going to go, as Ryan Lawball went to the sideline. So here's a 4th down at the Selinsgrove 14-yard line. Bulldogs need 13 for the first down. Wilk on a wing to the left. Slot to the right. Lob off. Out of the gun. Selinsgrove showing blitz, and Berwick movement along that line. And Berwick used a timeout before that. So they get it with 6:43 to go in the half. They trail 7-6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Summer is winding down, but Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg has no intentions of slowing down. Right now, get 22% off MSRP on select GMC Sierras in stock. Get 20% off on select Buicks and 0% APR on select Buicks and GMCs. And of course, get the Blaze Alexander lowest price guaranteed. Check us out at AlexanderFamilyBuickGMC.com. or stop and shop in Bloomsburg. Alexander Family Buick GMC. We're taking the deals the other guys won't.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Berwick has changed strategy with that timeout. They've brought the kick team on. They trail 7-6. 6:43 to go in the half. The hold by Tegan Wilk will be at the 23-yard line. So this is a 33-yard field goal attempt by Brendan Hinkle. He's 1 for 1 this season, but that was just a 24-yarder. So Hinkle, the sophomore, will try to give the Bulldogs the lead. Snap, placement, kick is away. It's long enough, and it is good. Brendan Hinkle from 33 yards out. Flat out on the field, 6:38 to go in opening half. Berwick 9, Selinsgrove 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Are you looking to meet an elder care need? Do you or a loved one need assistance with any of the instrumental or basic activities of daily living? Brookdale Senior Living has a solution. Brookdale Bloomsburg, located at 420 Schaefer Road, is a premium personal care home offering a family atmosphere along with round-the-clock nursing care. Call 570-387-6868 to learn more. Better yet, we invite you to drop in and meet the Brookdale family and learn how we can offer an optimum aging experience for you or a loved one.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Sophomore Brendan Hinkle with a 32-yard field goal, longest of his brief career. He's 2 for 2 in field goals this season. And Berwick takes the lead, 9-7 Bulldogs, 6:38 remaining in the opening half. Eric Montez will kick it off for the Bulldogs. Nice kick, fielded by Nyland at the 10-yard line. Make that Hollenbach, and he goes to the far side of the field and is forced out of bounds across the way. Good kick coverage by the Bulldogs, and the Seals will put it in play somewhere around their 20-yard line.
It's a great play by Aiden Mason. That was a great hustle play for him. He came up the field, didn't give any lane for the runner to cut back, forced him all the way over to the opposite sideline.
And then Peyton Williams finally forced him out. So that good kick by Montez, good coverage by the Bulldogs. And Selinsgrove will put it in play at their own 17-yard line. With 6:31 to go in this opening half, and Berwick with a 9-7 advantage. Slot to the left, wide receiver right. Shuck back to throw, fires to the far side, has his man, a completion out to the 24-yard line. Good first down play. Christian Kantz on the reception for the Seals.
That's what Selinsgrove's going to have to do. If they can't run the ball, when they throw the ball, they're going to have to go to those short hook slants, things like that, where quarterback can get the ball out of his hands in a hurry, because he's not going to have 3 or 4 seconds to throw the ball.
Now Berwick can really get after the QB. It's a 2nd down and 3 for the Seals from their own 24. Sophomore quarterback Danny Shuck has the shotgun snap. Gives the ball to Hollenbach, looking for the first down yardage. Close as he goes up the right side. Blaine Cleaver among the people in on the play for the Bulldogs. It is enough for a first down at the 27-yard line.
It was a well-designed play. It was a nice play by Mason Lawball. He got cut at the line of scrimmage, hopped back up, and was able to jump into the hole. Could have been a lot longer of a gain there.
So Selinsgrove from their own 28-yard line with a first down. Kantz caught that pass 2 plays earlier, is wide to the left side, slot to the right. Shuck out of the gun. The running back to his left. Here comes Nyland in motion right to left. A fake to him. Rolling right is Shuck. He's in duress. He fires it up for grabs, and it's picked off. Picked off at the 32-yard line. I believe it was Salutko. We'll wait and see, because he's in a pile at the sideline. It is Mike Salutko with the interception, and Berwick takes over with that 9-7 lead at the Selinsgrove 29-yard line.
Another great play by Mason Lawball. Hadn't really called his name much to this point. Made a nice swim move at the line of scrimmage, and for a kid his size, he runs exceptionally well. Quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball. Probably should have just run it out of bounds and taken the loss.
First interception of the season for Mike Salutko, and Berwick 1st and 10 at the Selinsgrove 29-yard line. 5:16 to go, opening half. Bulldogs with a 9-7 lead. Slot to the right side. Lawball fakes handoff, keeps the football, and opens up for him inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line, where Brandon Heil makes the stop. But a good first down carry by quarterback Ryan Lawball. They will mark it at the 23, so give him 6 on the play.
Bulldog linemen are doing a really nice job on that counter play, just washing everything down to the middle of the field and make it a one-on-one battle with the outside linebacker for Ryan.
Peyton Williams. opening half. Will attempt the extra point, snap a little bit high. The hold by Wilk is good, and the kick is good as well. Time out on the field. 4:34 to go, opening half. Berwick 16, Selinsgrove 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLN.
Welch's Towing and Repair proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs and wishes them a successful year. Welch's Towing and Repair has a long tradition of helping. You can call Welch's 24/7 at 759-9737 if you are in need of a tow, jump start, tire change, are locked out, or to request them on scene if you're in an accident. Welch's accepts all major insurance and motor clubs, and they offer all types of preventive maintenance and state inspections for cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Welch's Towing and Repair, South Mercer Street in Berwick, and at their South Center Storage Facility, Columbia Boulevard in Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Berwick has extended their lead to 16-7. 4:34 to go in the opening half. The kickoff by Eric Montez is high and short and fielded at the 15-yard line by Dean Hollenbach. Hollenbach is hit and dropped at the 30-yard line. So what Mike Zaluko started with the interception, Ryan Lawbaugh and Sean Sheptock finished with the 23-yard touchdown pass, and Berwick with the lead at 16-7 as Selinsgrove takes over at their own 30-yard line.
That's the thing that has to be done. When you have a turnover like that on your side of the field, you have to cash it in the points. Berwick did a really good job there of getting in the end zone.
So Selinsgrove scored on an interception return. Berwick scored one play after an interception. Seals first and 10 at their own 30. They have 2 timeouts remaining, 4:27 to go in the half. Low snap, Shuck's in trouble, and he's buried back at the 24-yard line.
Bad exchange there between the quarterback and the running back. Dalton Sheckley came on a blitz on that, was untouched. Made a nice play in the backfield.
Yeah, low snap that time. Their center, Nicholas Young, is playing with a broken left hand. But if you're right-handed, does that affect you at all?
No, not. Almost everybody shotgun snaps with one hand, so that really shouldn't affect him.
Second down and 15. Selinsgrove back at their 25-yard line. Chuck has the shotgun snap, and he's back to throw, and he fires to the far side, and he has the completion. And the receiver able to squirt away from Blaine Cleaver momentarily, but then Cleaver wraps him up. That's Brett Four, who made the grab. Got by Cleaver initially, but Blaine kept with it. Made the play. A gain of 8, third down and 7. Selinsgrove from their own 33.
Blaine made a terrific play there. If he doesn't bounce back up and make that tackle, that could have been a first down.
Seals wide receivers look at the wristbands for the play call. Slot to the left side. Wide receiver to the right. Shuck out of the gun. Back to throw. Big pass rush. Gets the pass away. Incomplete. Berwick coming on a blitz. And that pass goes incomplete as Shuck had to throw it before he wanted to. 4th down and 7.
That's sometimes a frustrating thing because you want your linemen to allow the defensive line to get through to throw that pass, but you have to at least give them a shot on the way by to slow them down a step or so, and that didn't seem to happen on that play. Quarterback was rushed right from the beginning.
Blake Bauer and Tegan Wilk deep for Berwick. Ryan Metzger does the punting for the Seals, standing back at his 21-yard line. Has the snap, gets the kick away, short. Very, very, very high, and then takes a good roll where Selinsgrove is concerned, and will roll dead near the Berwick 30-yard line. That's one of those tough plays for the deep men because it came up so short. Can't really get there, and if you are going to get there and try to make a fair catch, you're going to be on the run, and that could be a disaster.
Yeah, that's a difficult one when you have to try to fair catch a ball on a dead sprint, which the return man would have had to been to do that. That's probably the smart play there.
So Berwick takes over, 1st and 10 at their own 30, 2:51 to go in the half. They have 1 timeout remaining, and they lead Selinsgrove by a score of 16-7. Sean Sheptock splits wide to the right side. Slot to the left. Lopez is the running back. He is to the left of Ryan Lawbaugh, who has the shotgun snap, fakes it to Lopez, keeps the football off the left side, and gets what he can out to the 34, close to the 35-yard line. Good first down carry. Clock running, 2:39 to go in the half.
Yeah, Berwick has time here. They don't necessarily have to air it out on every play. Get a first down or two. If you think you're close to scoring position after the last field goal, they could have a shot at it.
And they have a timeout remaining. Slot to the right, slot to the left. Lawbaugh out of the gun. 2nd and 5. Berwick from their own 35. Lawbaugh has the snap, back to throw. Big pass rush. Ducks in under it, keeps the football, and it's got to be dragged down. Did he get out of bounds on the sideline? No, the clock continues to run. We'll be under 2 minutes by the time Berwick takes this next snap, and they get him for no gain. So it's 3rd and 5 at the Berwick 35.
I think there might have been a mix-up in there. It looked like Ryan expected one of the two receivers on this side of the field to hook that up at 8 or 10 yards, and they both went vertical.
Slot to the left, slot to the right. Here is a 3rd and 5 Berwick. Lawbaugh has the snap. Back to throw. Big pass rush. Fires over the middle, incomplete. And credit the pass rush, and there's going to be a flag down on the play. One of the people out on the pattern was Preston Robbins, and he ended up on the deck. Coaching staff was nice enough to point that out to the officiating crew, and they saw it.
I don't know if he couldn't find his flag right away or what, but definitely the linebacker on that play ran right through Preston Robbins, certainly before the ball was there. It was a good call.
So the referee, Earl Harris, indicates the first down coming for Berwick. Still 1:32 to go in the half. One timeout remaining. Big penalty takes it out to midfield. Berwick leading it 16-7, trying to add on before this half comes to an end. 3 receivers to the right for Lawbaugh. Sheptock wide left. Lawbaugh fakes handoff, keeps the football, looks for room, not much there. He'll get about 3 to the Selinsgrove 47-yard line. 2nd down coming. The clock continues to run.
That's the counter play that Berwick's been pretty successful with all evening so far. Selinsgrove, I think, the linebackers anyway are starting to read that a little bit better.
And Berwick taking a lot of time here. Going to go under a minute remaining in this half. 57, 56 seconds. Lots of time taken up by the Bulldogs here. Here's a 2nd down play. Lawbaugh has the snap. Back to throw. Fires to the far side. Has a man, Tegan Wilk, but he is stood up at the 44-yard line. It's a nice tackle crossed away by Josh Nyland. So they'll pick up only 3 on the play, and Berwick will use that final timeout. 37 seconds to go in the half. 16-7 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick Football on Sports Radio, HLM.
SUV season is here at Kent Pollock Ford. Get back to school with plenty of cargo room and enough seating to haul all your family and friends. Don't worry about being a teacher's pet. You get to grade with $5,500 back on every 2019 Ford SUV going on now at Kent Pollock Ford. Need a little more pickup at your tailgate? Get up to $12,900 in savings off MSRP or 0% financing on America's best-selling truck, the 2019 Ford F-150. Don't be late. Offers end soon. Stop in and shop Kent Pollock Ford, Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
37 seconds remaining in the opening half. Berwick leads Selinsgrove 16-7. The Bulldogs have it at the Seals 44-yard line, but they are now out of timeouts. And Keith, I guess that kind of limits what you could do in the passing game. You need to convert here, but start to get to the point where you need to hit players at the sideline, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to get some kind of a quick out here or a hook and get the guy out of bounds so you can get the first down. And then you still have some time on the clock, probably to run another 2 or 3 plays.
Here's the 3rd and 4. Lawbaugh has the snap, fires, has Blaine Cleaver, the tight end, inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. And Berwick quickly to the line of scrimmage. Clock will stop as they move the chains. 31.3 seconds to go. They can spike this one if they like, or they can try a play. Now the officials step in. 31.3 seconds to go.
Sure.
That is a 19-yard pickup on the pass to Cleaver. From the 25-yard line, Ryan Lawbaugh will spike it. And Berwick will have a second down at the Selinsgrove 25-yard line.
Just like we said, run a quick slant over the middle for a first down. Spike the ball.
Yeah, you can do that too. Boy, Cleaver's such a weapon.
Yeah, he is.
As a tight end, as a defensive player.
He's just an athlete. I'm sure you could put him at any position on the field and he'd do well.
So from the Selinsgrove 25-yard line, 26.4 seconds to go in the half. Lawbaugh out of the gun. Has the snap, back to throw, looking, fires long for the end zone to Cleaver, makes a diving attempt, incomplete. Gave it the great effort in the end zone. 21.1 seconds to go. They're closing in on field goal range, as we've seen, but it's so tough when you don't have that timeout left.
Yeah. Anything now in the middle of the field would be extremely difficult to try to kick a field goal.
Cleaver a little shaken up on that play as he made the all-out dive in the end zone. He's going to jog off on his own power, favoring that right shoulder a bit, as Berwick now faces a third down and 10 from the Selinsgrove 25, 21.1 seconds remaining in the half.
Wouldn't be surprised if they try to go up top again to Sheptock here.
Sean Sheptock is wide to the left side. Lawbaugh has the snap. He's looking that way. He fires long. It's to Wilk and incomplete. They sent Sheptock crossing, and Wilk followed him in the corner of the end zone, and they almost had something going there, but it's incomplete. 15.3 seconds remaining in the half. Fourth down, Berwick.
That was a nice design play. Sheptock ran a dig at about 15 yards and drew that safety down as Tegan Wilk was running an out and up down the sideline. Ball's just a little bit overthrown. Very nice play design, though.
Ryan Lawbaugh went to the sideline, got the play call. Here it is, 4th and 10, Berwick at the Selinsgrove 25-yard line. 15.3 seconds remaining in the half. Bulldogs almost have to go for the end zone here. Schechterly, the tight end, to the left. Slot to the left. And flag down, too much time. And that is the call. Send it back to the 30 and bring up 4th and 15. So now a difficult call for the Bulldogs. Sheptock is wide to the left. Preston Robbins in the slot. Tegan Wilk is wide to the right. Here we go. 4th and 15 at the Selinsgrove 30. Lawbaugh has the snap. Back to throw. Looking long in the end zone for Sheptock. He goes up high and incomplete. Almost made a spectacular catch. He used that size of his to go over Teague Hoover and did have his hands on it, but Hoover, along with another defender, put the hit on Sheptock. The ball fell incomplete. Seals probably a kneel down to put this half away. Good attempt, though.
That was a great play. Yeah. Sean made a great attempt at the ball. It almost looked like when he came down, the ball hit the helmet of the defender on the way down. But, yeah, that was a perfect play.
And Selinsgrove will take a knee, run out this half. Remember, they'll get the football to start the second half. First half is history. Berwick 16, Selinsgrove 7. You're listening to Berwick Football on Sports Radio HLM.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, are your roofing experts for Luzerne, Columbia, and Montour counties. With 26 years of experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your decks, siding, or roofing, specializing in metal and rubber shingles. Most roofing work is done in one day, so remember the name, Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Call Red's Roofing, 752-4351. Owner Harry Titus, a proud supporter of the Berwick football team.
Northeast Pennsylvania, it's your home. And no matter what stage of life you find yourself in, what you rely on most is security. When that house becomes a home, the moment you get that new car, when your dreams become a reality, it's times like this when you have to look to the experts for advice and financial peace of mind. They're there with innovative products and services to help you with your financial future every step of the way. Together, they will help dreams and goals become reality. They are more than a bank. They're your neighbor. They are First Keystone Community Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Whether it's the heat of the preseason or the heart of the postseason, teams will always get a little boost from playing at home. Speaking of a boost at home, State Farm can boost your savings when you combine your homeowner's insurance with your auto coverage. So score one for the home team. Talk to State Farm agents Lori Powell or Sean Black in Berwick, or Melissa Price in Nescapec about big savings for combining home and car coverage. Give State Farm agents Melissa Price, Sean Black, or Lori Powell a call today.
A car or truck accident will change your life. You get one phone call to put your life back together. Call your lawyers, Lenahan and Dempsey. They are your car and truck accident lawyers, your personal injury lawyers, your work injury lawyers. Your lawyers at Lenahan and Dempsey have won hundreds of millions of dollars for injured people just like you. Call Lenahan and Dempsey now. Call your lawyers and get help now.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Jim Doyle and Keith Seeley from Crespin Field in Berwick. We're at halftime with the Berwick leading Selinsgrove 16-7. This game started well enough for Berwick. They took the opening kickoff, put together a 7-play, 75-yard scoring drive, capped on a 46-yard touchdown pass, Ryan Lawbaugh to Sean Sheptock. Take that. That was a 46-yard pass that set up the touchdown. That put him at the 5-yard line. From there, Tegan Wilk lined up as the tailback. He took it in for the touchdown. The kick was no good, but Berwick had an early 6-0 lead. Selinsgrove got the football, marched into Berwick territory, but was forced to punt. That punt was downed at the Berwick 1-yard line. And 2 quarterback keeps gained nothing. So Berwick, following a timeout on 3rd and 10, had Ryan Lawbaugh in the end zone, rolling right, but he was pressured by Nate Schoen, threw a pass too high for Tegan Wilk. It was picked off by Josh Dylan, went in 8 yards for the score. Kyle Rule kicked the extra point, and Selinsgrove had a lead of 7-6 after 1 quarter. In the second quarter, Berwick took the lead on an 11-play drive, some big plays along the way. A 22-yard run by Aiden Mason, a 22-yard run by Ryan Lawbaugh, and maybe the biggest play, a 3rd and 12, a pass of 15 yards from Ryan Lawbaugh to Tegan Wilk. Berwick got as close as the 11-yard line of the Seals. They brought on sophomore Brendan Hinkle. He kicked a 32-yard field goal with 6:38 to go in the half, and Berwick took a lead of 9-7. On Selinsgrove's next possession, Mason Lawbaugh with big heat on their quarterback, Danny Shuck. He threw a pass that was picked off by Berwick's Mike Zalutko and returned to the Selinsgrove 29-yard line. 2 plays later, Ryan Lawbaugh 23 yards to Sean Sheptock for the score. Brendan Hinkle with the extra point, 16-7 Berwick. Bulldogs had 1 more scoring opportunity as they reached the Selinsgrove 30-yard line. Big play, a 19-yard pass, Ryan Lawbaugh to Blaine Cleaver. Well, with 8 seconds to go, facing 4th down, they went to the end zone, and the pass intended for Sheptock was knocked down, and that's how we stand here at halftime. Berwick 16 and Selinsgrove 7. Stay with us. Later in the half, we'll take a look at the scores of other games tonight and also some stats. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Advanced Automotive Auto Service Center at 1895 West Front Street in Berwick will take care of any sort of automotive repair, PA state inspections, brakes, and tune-ups. Frank and the guys at Advanced Automotive can also handle custom exhaust, engine and transmission repairs and overhauls. Anything that ails your vehicle, let Advanced Automotive take care of it. 1895 West Front Street in Berwick. Call 570-752-1440. Go Dogs.
Summer is winding down, but Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg has no intentions of slowing down. Right now, get 22% off MSRP on select GMC Sierras in stock. Get 20% off on select Buicks and 0% APR on select Buicks and GMCs. And of course, get the Blaze Alexander lowest price guaranteed. Check us out at AlexanderFamilyBuickGMC.com or stop and shop in Bloomsburg. Alexander Family Buick GMC. We're taking the deals the other guys won't.
Welsh's Towing and Repair proudly supports the Berwick Berwick Bulldogs and wishes them a successful year. Welsh's Towing and Repair has a long tradition of helping. You can call Welsh's 24/7 at 759-9737 if you are in need of a tow, jump start, tire change, are locked out, or to request them on scene if you're in an accident. Welsh's accepts all major insurance and motor clubs, and they offer all types of preventive maintenance and state inspections for cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Welsh's Towing and Repair, South Mercer Street in Berwick, and at their South Center Storage Facility, Columbia Boulevard in Berwick.
How does free and easy checking with no baggage sound? Well, there is a little baggage. The free rolling duffel bag you get when you sign up for free and easy checking with First Columbia Bank. Not only will you get a checking account with no monthly fees and free online and mobile banking, First Columbia will also buy back your unused checks and debit cards from your old bank. Plus, for a limited time, you will receive a free Travelers Club rolling duffel bag when you open a checking account or refer a friend to us. First Columbia Bank, with you every step of the way. Restrictions and data rates may apply.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
We're at halftime from Crispin Field in Berwick. The Bulldogs leading the Seals of Selinsgrove by a score of 16-7. Some stats in that opening half. Keith Seeley.
Yeah, according to the stats, Berwick might be able to be ahead a little bit more than 16-7. When you look at it, the Seals in the first half had 2 first downs to the Bulldogs 9. Rushing yardage for the Seals, 11 rushes for 8 total yards. With their tailback, Nate Schoen, rushing 9 times for 6 yards. And Dean Hollenbach running 2 for -3 yards. Or 3 yards, excuse me. For the Bulldogs, quarterback Ryan Lawbaugh had 9 rushes for 43 yards. Aiden Mason had 5 rushes for 29 yards. For the Dogs, that's 18 rushes for a total of 85 yards. In the passing department, Selinsgrove ended with 24 total yards passing, with quarterback Danny Schock going 3 for 5 with that big interception near the end of the half. For the Bulldogs, Ryan Lawbaugh was 6 for 13, also threw that 1 interception, a pick 6 for the Selinsgrove's 7 points. There were no fumbles lost and penalties. Selinsgrove had 3 penalties for 33 yards, while the Bulldogs had 3 for 15. Total yardage in the first half, Selinsgrove 32 total yards, while the Bulldogs had 202.
Domination on the stats, but not so much on the scoreboard. 16-7 is the count. Berwick over Selinsgrove. We'll check other scores when we return. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Sports Radio HLM.
If you haven't been to Name Brand Liquidations in the Berwick Plaza Shopping Center, you're missing out on great values. At Name Brand Liquidators, you'll save money from 50 to 90% on everything imaginable, from bathroom vanities to bar stools to carpeting. You name it. Name Brand Liquidations not only sells a huge variety of merchandise, they feature name brands just like their name says, at low prices. When you're in the market for anything, shop at the store that has everything. Name Brand Liquidations. Wishing the Berwick Bulldogs a great season.
Ask Ameriprise financial advisor Jeffrey McKinnon about the exclusive Confident Retirement approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach toward financial balance. Call Jeff today at 570-520-4137. Offices are located at 22 South Prospect Street in Nanticoke, PA, and 118 East 3rd Street in Berwick, PA. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
We're passing the savings on to you during our Kickoff to Savings event happening right now at Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Let's talk Ram trucks. We have over 100 of them at your fingertips. Right now, get 0% for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on select 2019 Rams. It's also Jeep Adventure Days. Lease a 2019 Grand Cherokee Laredo or a 2019 Cherokee Latitude Plus for just $199. We have over 100 Jeeps on site to take you on your next off-road adventure. So when it comes to buying your next vehicle, don't shop the rest, shop the best. Come see the Kaiser Boys and experience for yourself the best selection, the best price, and the best service and parts around. Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Route 405 in Muncie or Route 11 in Danville. Fairfield for the best deals. Leases are for 36 months and 42 months, $32.99 due at signing. Offers on select vehicles only for qualified buyers only. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. Offers end September 30th. See dealer for complete details.
Fairfield, you're gonna love us.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Halftime from Crespin Field. Berwick leading Selinsgrove 16-7. For an update on other scores, let's return to the studios, WHLM and Raven Klein.
Thank you very much, Jim. All right, scores from around the area. In the second, Southern Columbia leads Central Columbia 48-0. At half, Bloomsburg leads South Williamsport 14-6. At half, Danville leads Milton 21-12. At half, Montgomery leads Columbia Montour Votech 49-6. At half, Mount Carmel leads North Schuylkill 17-7. In the second, Montoursville leads Loyalsock 17-0. At half, Wyoming area leads Tunkhannock 42-0. At half, Crestwood leads Williamsport 3-0. In the second, Jersey Shore leads Shikellamy 26-0. At half, Lake Lehman leads Northwest 20-13. In the second, Dallas leads Wyoming Valley West 34-0. At half, Shamokin leads Lewisburg 14-7. In the second, Hazleton area leads Wilkes-Barre area 20-13. In the second, Valley View leads Honesdale 49-0. And at half, Mifflinburg leads Warrior Run 35-0. Back to you, Jim.
Okay, thank you very much, Raven. Right here it is 16-7. Berwick leading Selinsgrove. Filling in for Andy Lickney tonight is former Berwick standout Keith Seeley. Keith played his college football at Boston College and was in uniform and on the field for a game that most people consider one of the all-time great games. November 23rd, 1984, the Orange Bowl in Miami. Miami leading Boston College 45-41, 6 seconds to play. BC at the Miami 48-yard line. Doug Flutie at quarterback. And Keith, where were you when Doug Flutie did his magic?
I was actually probably right in line with where Doug let the ball go. When we would come off the field, the defense always came over, and we had one side of the field, the offense had the other. At that point, obviously, we were not going back out on the field, and he let it go, and I don't know, it seemed like it was a minute before that ball came down, and I don't think anybody actually knew what happened for a couple of seconds. There were so many guys in the pile at the goal line, and then Gerard Phelan come up with the ball. The arms went up, and it was mayhem after that.
Well, the line of scrimmage was the Miami 48, but Flutie, I understand, went back to about the 35, so if it got to the end zone, he threw it about 70 yards.
Yeah, he did. He scrambled around a little bit, spun out, did his thing, and he let it loose from, somewhere between the 35 and the 30-yard line. It was, he heaved it a long way, but for him, I don't think that was the exception to the rule. He had a strong arm.
Yeah, what a great finish to that one, 47-45 of Boston College. Doug Flutie was a remarkable athlete, wasn't he?
He was unbelievable. His stature obviously wasn't a big man. 5'9" was probably generous. But he was a phenomenal baseball player, an unbelievable basketball player. And physically for football, the things that he could do, I rarely seen other people able to do. I was telling you earlier, they used to have a quarterback competition on the Thursday before games. And the quarterbacks would all line up and try to throw the football out of Alumni Stadium. It was 2 levels on the home side. And Doug, at 5'8", was the only of our quarterbacks that could, on a regular basis, throw the ball out of the stadium.
You know, he eventually did get to the NFL and got his chance, but I think that if he played today, he'd have more of a chance. When you look at Russell Wilson and Drew Brees and Kyler Murray, there's not that bias against short quarterbacks.
No, I think, he was obviously 30 years too early. If he were coming out today, he would be in that Kyler Murray kind of area that, teams would be willing to take a chance on, because his arm strength was second to none. There, Bernie Kosar, any of the guys that were in the league at that time, obviously 6-7 inches taller than him, none of them had a stronger arm than he did.
And by the way, the hidden heroes of that game were you and the secondary. You held Bernie Kosar to 447 yards passing.
To my defense, I played in 5 plays on defense, and they ran the ball all 5 times. So none of those 470 yards were against me.
Flutie, by the way, had 472 in that game. Just a remarkable game. I mean, you have to be proud of the fact that you were part of that because, again, whenever they list the top games all time, and, of course, they're doing a lot of that, this being the 150th year of college football, that one always gets mentioned. Yeah, it's always one of those ones that you see on different replays and things like that. And it is fun to know that you were there and you were a part of it. It was a great team. A lot of exceptional football players on that team other than just Doug. A lot of guys ended up with some terrific NFL careers. You know, we've talked so much about this Berwick defense, which has been outstanding. In fact, the only 7 points for Selinsgrove so far has come on an interception return. But you were the defensive coordinator on the Gary Campbell coach team in 2008 that won a district championship. Right. And that was a pretty special defense, wasn't it? Yeah, and I see a lot of similarities in that, we were very, very, very good at all 3 levels. We had 2 really nice defensive ends, 2 tackles inside that were a little bit undersized, wonderful football players. Our linebackers, the 3 of them I would stack up against any we've ever had here. And then the secondary, same kind of look that you have here. All 4 of them could run. They would hit you, and they were really good in pass coverage. So, I do see a lot of similarities between the 2008 defense and this year's squad. Yeah, and a tribute to that defense, they won the district championship, as I mentioned. They won it 3-0 over Abington Heights. That tells you something about that defensive team. Well, this defensive team pretty special as well, as Berwick leads Selinsgrove 16-7. Bulldogs trying to stay unbeaten going into that big game at Valley View next week. And you mentioned for Selinsgrove, they have so little offense through the first half of play, and it's tough. You can't run the football, and you really can't run conventional passing plays. You don't have enough time for it. Right. And, maybe there's something that they can, do some kind of trick play or something that hopefully they hit a home run off of it. But, you're down by 2 scores, which means now you have to find something else. I don't think you can totally give up on the run, only because, their halfback, Nate Schoen, has shown that, he can break tackles and, he can do some nice things. He's a big kid, and he runs well. So, you have to hope that, maybe he hits it big on a run. But, it's going to be tough for Selinsgrove to mount something. But, hey, it's high school football. Eric Montez will kick it off for the Bulldogs, and Selinsgrove will be moving from our right to our left, getting set to receive the second half kickoff. They won the toss earlier tonight and deferred to the second half. Dean Hollenbach is deep along with Josh Nyland. Nyland had a nice return in this game. 16-7 is the Berwick advantage. Selinsgrove's touchdown coming on an interception return by Nyland. Montez gets the whistle from the officiating crew. Gets into the football. The second half is underway. The kick will go to Hollenbach at the 11-yard line. He muffs the ball, gets on it, keeps it, tries to backtrack, gets a block or 2 to the far side, and is brought down right about the 20-yard line. It's a lot of running, but most of it parallel, and they'll take over in their own territory and try to get something going against a Berwick defense that has been lights out in this game as they have been all season long. Be interesting to see if maybe Selinsgrove goes back to a little bit of those the pro sets with the fullback in there leading. They did have some slight success, I guess you would say, in that formation. Slot to the left side. Cants wide left. Nyland in a slot to that side. I formation. Ahmed is the fullback ahead of Schoen. Back to throw is Shuck, and he's sacked inside the 10-yard line by Mason Lawbaugh. No chance for Danny Shuck. Lawbaugh with the sack. That play just had no time to materialize. It looked like they were going to run some kind of a flood with Nyland in the flat, and he just didn't get out there. I think Blaine Cleaver probably held him up at the line of scrimmage, caused the quarterback to pull up to try to throw the deep ball, and never got it off. The loss back to the 10-yard line where the Seals face a second down and 20. Again, a slot to the left side. Cants outside of Nyland. Be a protector now to either side of Schuck, who has the snap and rolls to his left. He's going to keep the football, look for running room, and he takes a big hit at the 15-yard line by Mike Zalutko. Zalutko had an interception that led to a Berwick score in the first half, but he is a terrific linebacker. Came a long way to put the hit on Schuck, who got to the 16, picked up 6, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 14.
He just looks like a linebacker, number 55 in the middle, a really nice-looking kid, and he is aggressive to the ball.
He was playing one way last season, forced into a linebacker spot because of injuries, and played so well down the stretch. He's a two-way player this season. Here's a 3rd and long. Selinsgrove from their own 16, and Schuck is on a roll right. And he looks, and he's got Schecterle after him, and he throws up for grabs, incomplete, out of bounds on the far side. Dallas Schecterle that time applying the pressure on Danny Schuck. So a big first series in the second half for the Berwick defense, and the Seals will be punting from deep in their own territory.
Berwick sent an extra defender there. Schecterle on a loop blitz there. Didn't give the quarterback any time to find anybody.
Wyatt Metzger standing back inside his 5-yard line to do the punting. Tegan Wilk and Blake Maurer set to return for the Bulldogs. There's the kick by Metzger, and it bounces in Berwick territory and will roll dead about the 43-yard line. So that's where the Bulldogs will put it in play for their first possession of the second half. They lead 16-7, 10:02 remaining here in the third quarter.
See if Berwick can try to get something going on the ground here. I think they would like to see a little bit more out of their tailbacks running the ball instead of having their quarterback.
Yeah, in the last game against Wyoming Valley West, most of their rushing yards came from the quarterback position, both Ryan Lawbaugh and Blaine Cleaver. But their conventional running plays didn't go so well. Berwick from their own 43, moving from our left to our right in this third quarter. Slot to the right, slot to the left. Lawbaugh out of the gun. Has the snap, gives it to Aiden Mason. Got blocking off the right side and tripped up from behind as he got to midfield. Good first down carry. Well, you saw it from our vantage point. You see that hole open up for Aiden Mason.
Yeah, that was a nice play. And again, the offensive linemen were all in unison there. Everybody reached to the right, walled off the defenders, and was a nice lane for Mason.
Peyton Williams is one of 3 wide receivers to the left. Sean Sheptock to the right. 2nd and 3. Berwick from midfield. Lawbaugh has the shotgun snap. Fakes handoff, keeps the football, and gets by one man, then is buried back at the 45-yard line. Selinsgrove just kept coming. Nate Schoen in on the play. Brandon Heil there as well. They mark it at the Berwick 45, so a loss of 5. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8.
And Berwick went back to that counter play that they had some success with in the first half. I think Selinsgrove's linebackers are doing a really nice job of reading the pulling guards on that, and they're just following it right to the ball.
3rd down and 8. Bulldogs at their own 45. Sheptock wide to the right. 3 receivers to the left. 3 on the play clock. Lawbaugh back to throw. Throws it over Preston Robbins. A mix-up on the play. Robbins had not turned yet. The pass sailed over his head. So it started well, that possession. The 7-yard gain on first down, but the Bulldogs backed up and the punt team on.
That play just something didn't look right off the bat. I don't know if it was the receivers or the quarterback, but there just was some kind of a miscommunication.
Sheptock back to do the punting. A little bit of a high snap, but he pulls it in, gets the kick away. Line drive, field at the 21-yard line by Brett Ford. Takes it to the right side, to the 30. Gets a nice block over the 35, over the 40-yard line. Nice return by Brett Ford. And good field position for Selinsgrove on their second possession of this second half. 8:25 to go in the third. They trail 16-7.
Ben Norr made a nice play there. If he doesn't get him out of bounds, there's another probably 20 yards added onto that return.
Seals have it at their own 42-yard line. They send a slot to the left side. Shuck under center with an I formation behind him. Nate Schoen is the tailback in the I. First down call. Schoen gets it, tries the right side, breaks the tackle, gets out to the 49-yard line. One of the few true running plays that Selinsgrove has run with effectiveness. Comes on first down, 6 yards to the 48, 2nd and 4.
And that's what Selinsgrove has to do. I don't know that they think that they're capable of hitting those 40, 50-yard runs, but if they can put together a couple of 5, 6-yard runs, get some momentum going.
It's something to take the heat off the quarterback, Shuck, who's under center now. Again, the I formation. Again, shown as the tailback, and he gets the call again, has some running room. Close to the first down as he gets to midfield. Mike Zalutko in to make the stop. They mark it at midfield, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 2 for Selinsgrove. Normally, this would be a pretty easy play to make against most high school defenses, not Berwick. This is tough.
And I'm sure both linebackers will be creeping up a little bit.
3rd and 2 Seals from midfield. 7:15 to go in the third. They trail Berwick 16-7. Slot to the left, I formation. Shuck under center. Back to throw. No, he gives off. It'll be a big loss in the play. Eric Montez all over Ahmed, the fullback.
I think that might have been kind of coaching staff outthinking themselves a little bit. You have a 230-pound tailback that just ran for 10 yards almost and then tried to do a little trickery there.
Yeah, and Ahmed fooled no one. Eric Montez with a big play. 4th down and 4 for the Seals. As Metzger in to do the punting. Long count. And they snap it to the short man, Schoen, and he's going to be hit. He keeps his balance. He turns up. He's got blockers out in front. He has the first down. The Berwick 40 hurdles a tackler, gets out of bounds. Terrific play by Selinsgrove. They fake the punt. It goes to Schoen. He gets some good blocks and then made a terrific athletic move, hurdling a tackler. And they have a first down at the Berwick 35-yard line.
Maybe that's why they ran the play before that, to set the fake punt up.
17 yards on the fake punt by Nate Schoen. And Selinsgrove in business at the Berwick 35 with 6:14 to go in the third. And the Bulldogs lead at 9.
That was all shown on that, too. The Bulldogs had sniffed that out, and he reversed field on it.
Slot to the right side. I formation. Shown the call again. Looking for room off the right side. Lowers the shoulder. Gets free. Gets inside the 30. Another good first down carry. So Selinsgrove now putting it in the hands of the wrestling state champion Nate Schoen, the 6', 225-pound junior. And they have something going here in the third. That's a gain of 6 on first down. 2nd and 4 at the Berwick 29.
And Schoen, for being a big kid at 225 pounds, has really nice feet. He's patient. He waits for something to open up, and he'll plant the foot and get upfield.
2nd down from the Berwick 29. Back to throw is Shuck. He fires to the sideline. He has his man Canton. A good tackle in the open field by Preston Robbins. After a short gain, but it's close to a first down, and it is a first down at the 25-yard line. They needed 4, and they got 4. So the Seals have something going here in the third quarter. Clock running, 5:20 remaining. They trail by 9, but they have a first down at the Berwick 25-yard line. Obviously, they want the touchdown, but we saw Kyle Rule, the place kicker, has got a good foot. They don't need much more to be in field goal range if they're not there now. The give is to Schoen off the right side. He's got some room, and boy, a nice tackle from behind by Mike Zalutko. Schoen had a head of steam. Might have gotten a lot more than that if not for the play by Zalutko. But again, 5 yards on first down. So in this series, 8 yards on first down, 6 yards on first down, 5 yards on first down. And that just wasn't happening before. Second down call coming. As shown, again, the tailback in the eye, slot to the left. Shuck under center, back to throw, looking, big pass rush. Looking, and he's brought down on the sack by Montez from behind, back at the 30-yard line. Boy, Eric Montez came a long way for that sack.
He did. That's one of those plays where he could have easily kind of pulled up, figuring that the quarterback would get rid of the ball. Never gave up on the play and ran him down probably 20, 25 yards.
Third down and long. Seals back at their 30-yard line. Certainly out of field goal range.
Now Selinsgrove's in a tough spot at 3rd and 16. They got to throw something maybe a little bit further down the field than they'd like.
Slot to the left side. Shuck under center. Berwick coming on a blitz. Shuck back to throw. Here comes the rush. He rolls right. He fires downfield, incomplete. Intended for Metzger. And Berwick with great coverage on that far side. They were all over the intended receiver, Wyatt Metzger, Sean Sheptock among the people there. So 4th down and long for Selinsgrove, and I think we might see a punt, even though they're at the Berwick 30. Well, we'll wait and see.
Looks like their offense is still on the field.
From the 30-yard line, they faked a punt, the big play of this drive. And now 4th and 15 at the 30. 3 receivers to the left. Shown to the right of Shuck, who awaits the shotgun snap. He has it. Back to throw, looking, fires to the sideline, incomplete. Behind the intended receiver, Brett Ford. So Selinsgrove had a good thing going, but Berwick gets the plays they need, and they'll take over the football with 3:29 to go in the 3rd. And the Bulldogs leading this one 16-7.
Yeah, that was a tough series. They looked like they had found some momentum there and were running some nice sets. Kind of got out of it a little bit there in the end. They put themselves behind the chains a little bit. Had to throw the ball in. Just not going to happen against this defense.
Yeah, anytime you need to take any amount of time to throw the football against Berwick, you're in trouble. And Montez made that big play. And Berwick takes over. Bulldogs moving from our left to our right. They have it at the 30. 3 receivers to the right. Law ball down the middle for Wilk. Overthrows and almost intercepted. And the pass went over Teagan Wilk and Teague Hoover, the sophomore. The ball got on him quicker than he thought.
It hit him right in the helmet, actually. I think he was either thinking he was going for the big hit and didn't realize that the ball was coming that soon. But that could have been a big play for Selinsgrove.
2nd down and 10, Bulldogs at their own 30. Slot to the right side. Teagan Wilk wide left. Lopez and Mason on either side of Lawball. He gets the shotgun snap, and he gives the ball to Lopez, trying to get outside right, makes a nice cut, gets over the 35 out to the 37-yard line. Aiden Mason doing a nice job blocking.
Really nice block on that by Aiden. Selinsgrove had strung that out pretty well. Aiden got to the corner, walled the guy off, and they ended up getting a few yards off of that.
7 yards altogether. 3rd down and 3. Berwick at their own 37-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Bulldogs hoping to remain unbeaten going to Valley View. Valley View certainly will be unbeaten, leading 49-0 in the first half against Honesdale tonight. And one running back, Lopez deep in the backfield. Toss, sweep to him. No, it's Teagan Wilk, and Wilk hurdles a tackler, but comes up short of the 1st down. Good defense by the Seals. As he will be brought down short of the sticks. 4th down and 1. I know this is tempting. It's a 9-point game, though, and the ball's on your side of the field. Actually, it's closer to 2 yards when they unpile. So it's 4th and 2 for Berwick at their 43, and they'll talk about it. Timeout, Bulldogs. 2:09 to go in the 3rd. 16-7, Berwick. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLN.
Somebody needs you. Make a difference in someone's life. Caregivers America is presently hiring direct care workers for their Berwick office location. Caregivers America offers next day pay, direct deposit, paid time off, and paid training. Create your own schedule. Clients close to home. Go to caregiversamerica.com or call the Berwick office 570-759-7757. Caregivers America.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Berwick going to roll the dice following this timeout. They lead 16-7. They have the ball at their own 43, 4th down and 2. They talked about it, the timeout. Their offense is on the field. A slot to the right, wide receiver left. Lawbaugh has a running back to either side of him as he waits the shotgun snap. He has it. He gives the ball to Lopez, tries the right side, and no, it was a keeper. And let's see, they're very, very close to the first down. But did they get it? And they did, but barely. Lawbaugh faked the handoff to Lopez. Fooled me, but didn't fool all the Seals, who closed quickly, but not quickly enough. And it is a first down at the 41.
That really was a phenomenal fake by Lopez. He held that fake for 10 yards.
First and 10 for Berwick at the 41. Lawbaugh gives the ball to Mason. Off the left side, he's cut down in the open field after a gain of about a yard on the play. Brandon Heil coming from his linebacker position to make the play for the Bulldogs. Time winding down here in the third. Been no scoring in this period. 1:27 to go. Berwick continues to lead 16-7.
A really nice open field tackle there by Heil. Aiden did a nice job. He sidestepped the initial rush and had some room over there if he didn't make that tackle.
2nd and 8. Bulldogs at their own 43. 3 receivers to the right. Lawbaugh out of the gun. Has the snap. Gives the ball off to Mason. He's got running room over midfield to the 45 and cut down by Teague Hoover, the safety, but not before he gets close to the Selinsgrove 41-yard line. Strong run by Aiden Mason with some good blocking off the right side.
Once again, the right side of the Bulldog line. They were all in unison. They all blocked down, set up a nice wall. Aiden got to the corner, turned it upfield.
15 yards in the carry by the sophomore Aiden Mason. 1st and 10 Berwick at the Selinsgrove 42-yard line. Perhaps the final play of this third quarter. 3 receivers to the left. They're coming on a blitz. Mason gets the call off the left side, turns the corner to 35. Has the first down as he's forced out of bounds near the 30.
I think the Bulldogs have kind of figured something out here. It seems to me on the last several plays anyway, Selinsgrove is sending their linebackers into the A gap, which is leaving a little weak on the outside. The Bulldogs are able to reach up and get to the corner.
11 yards on that carry by Aiden Mason. 1st and 10 Berwick at the Selinsgrove 31-yard line. The Bulldogs had too many people on the field. Sent one off. Can't break the huddle with 12, so it'll be a mark-off of 5 yards to the 36-yard line of the Seals. 1st and 15 for Berwick. Bulldogs leading it 16-7 late here in the third quarter.
1st and 15.
3 receivers, not part of the huddle. They're wide to the right side. Lopez is the running back to the left of Ryan Lawbaugh, who has the snap, going to keep the ball himself, look for some running room. Not much there. He gets about the 34-yard line on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So no scoring in the period. Berwick continues to lead. 3 in the books here at Crispin Field. Berwick 16, Selinsgrove 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLN.
SUV season is here at Kent Pollock Ford. Get back to school with plenty of cargo room and enough seating to haul all your family and friends. Don't worry about being a teacher's pet. You get to grade with $5,500 back on every 2019 Ford SUV going on now at Kent Pollock Ford. Need a little more pickup at your tailgate? Get up to $12,900 in savings off MSRP or 0% financing on America's best-selling truck, the 2019 Ford F-150. Don't be late. Offers end soon. Stop in and shop Kent Pollock Ford, Berwick.
Berwick Bulldog football.
In the third, Southern Columbia leads Central Columbia 48-0. In the third, Bloomsburg leads South Williamsport 14-12. And in the third, Danville leads Milton 28-12. For HLM Sports, I'm Raven Klein.
Berwick Bulldog football. HLM.
Give the one Keith Seeley from Creston Field. 3 quarters in the books. Berwick leading Selinsgrove 16-7. We'll start the final period. Berwick at the Selinsgrove 34-yard line, facing second down and 13. Bulldogs will move from our right to our left in this period. Well, with that 9-point lead, one more score for Berwick would look big. So this is a big series for both teams to start this final period.
Yep, I think the Bulldogs have to kind of realize here that the clock is certainly in their favor at this point. And they seem to have found something off tackle with Aiden Mason. We'll see if Selinsgrove counters that at all with maybe bringing some of their outside linebackers instead of their inside guys. Double tight end. Cleaver to the left, Schechterly to the right. Backs in an open set behind. Ball from the 34. Pitch to Tegan Wilk, who's one of those running backs, and a strong run by him inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Got about 6 on the play. It's going to be third down and 7. He's just so versatile. I mean, play like that, he just looks like a tailback, and that's not his position. He's just an instinctual kid. You can see that on both sides of the ball. He has a knack to know what to do and when to do it. And on that one, he just planted his foot and got upfield. Third down and 8 for Berwick. Inside the Selinsgrove 29. 3 receivers to the right. Seals showing blitz. Lawbaugh hands off to Mason. Tries to sweep the right side. Cut down from behind. Boy, that is a terrific defensive play by Nate Schoen, the junior. Good player on both sides of the football. Got Mason from behind at the 29 for no gain. Here's a 4th down and 8. Preston Robbins comes up limping, trying to shake it off in that huddle. So big call coming here early in the 4th. Selinsgrove trying to stay in the game. Berwick trying to put it away. 4th down and 8. Berwick from the Seals 29. Robbins in motion toward the line of scrimmage. Lawbaugh back to throw. Fires downfield. Has his man. Tegan Wilk makes one man miss and is brought down at the 20-yard line, very close to the first down yardage. That's the same play that Berwick ran in the first half in a similar situation where they run that bunch set. Send 2 receivers up the field and bring Tegan out on an out. Boy, that is a big play by Wilk. He caught it several yards short of the first down yardage, battled for it, got 9 yards altogether. First down at the 20-yard line. The Wilk from Ryan Lawbaugh. The Bulldogs convert on 4th down. Lawbaugh now gives the ball to Aiden Mason. Tries the left side and nothing doing. Good defensive work by the Seals' Nick Klein. Or check that. It's 54 into the play. Micah Showers. And they mark the ball at the 19, so just a yard for Aiden Mason. 2nd down and 9. Berwick at the Selinsgrove 19. We are early in the 4th quarter, and Berwick trying to add to a 16-7 lead. 3 receivers to the right. Blaine Cleaver is the tight end to the left. Ryan Lawbaugh out of the gun. Selinsgrove showing blitz. They're coming hard. Lawbaugh will keep it. Sees an opening, squirts ahead to the 17-yard line. So a couple of yards for Ryan Lawbaugh before Trey Bainey can make the stop. Bainey made a nice play on that there. It was just he and Lawbaugh. Nobody else was around. If he doesn't make that tackle, Lawbaugh might be in the end zone. Here's a 3rd down and 7. Berwick at the Selinsgrove 17-yard line.
Sean Sheptock is wide to the right, one of 3 receivers that way. He's joined by Preston Robbins and Blake Maurer. Law ball under center. Selinsgrove showing blitz. Law ball rolls right. Gets a block from Abe Mason. Now he's in trouble. Fires to the end zone. Sheptock goes up high and it's knocked down incomplete. That's a tough throw. Ryan Lawbaugh rolling to his left, throwing it across his body into the end zone, and Selinsgrove had excellent coverage on Sean Sheptock. So it's 4th down, and they're probably in field goal range here. We'll see what they do. Had a 32-yarder earlier by Brendan Hinkle. This might be a yard or 2 more if they go that way, but it looks like they're going to go for the first down.
Hinkle certainly showed that he had the leg on the last one.
Here's 4th and 7. Berwick at the Selinsgrove 17-yard line. Lawbaugh out of the gun, has the snap. Seals coming hard. He rolls right. He turns the corner. He's got a little bit of running room. He hurdles a tackler, comes down hard at the 10-yard line. Hopefully he's okay. He went way up in the air, trying to hurdle a tackler and pick up the first down. He will come up just short, and Selinsgrove will take over. What a terrific, albeit scary effort by Ryan Lawbaugh.
You could see him winding up for that one. He knew where the sticks were, and he was going to do anything he had to get there.
Yeah, that was not for lack of effort. And Berwick, with quite a drive, took up a lot of time. They got from the 30 to the 10 of Selinsgrove, but they give up the football. There's still 9:04 to go. Seals back at their 10. They trail Berwick 16-7. Shuck out of the gun, has the snap. Mason Lawbaugh has Shuck back around the 2 and the 3-yard line. Lawbaugh from his defensive end position. No chance for the quarterback, Danny Shuck.
Lawbaugh is just too quick. That was a tough play. They were running a vertical outside to number 7, Nyland, and just didn't have enough time to set up and get rid of that ball.
Loss of 7 on the play. Seals back to their own 3-yard line, 2nd down and 17. You'll really see this Berwick defense tee off now.
Yep.
Shuck will operate out of the gun. He has Nate Schoen to his right. Slot to the right. Wide receiver left. Shuck has the snap. Rolls right. He's going to keep the football. Looking for running room, and not much there. He gets up to about the 5-yard line. Berwick getting to the football very quickly. Tegan Wilk. We know about Tegan's interceptions. He's tied for the school record. Those are the glory plays, but boy, he tackles well.
Yeah, and I thought that was interesting in the interview that you did with Coach DeFrancisco, how they allow Tegan to play a true free safety where he has no responsibilities other than getting to the ball. That rarely ever happens at the high school level.
3rd and 16 for the Seals. Back in their 5. Shuck out of the gun. Back to throw. Big pass rush. Throws at the end zone. Incomplete. Berwick wants a grounding. If it is, it would be a safety. Or is there roughing the passer? Because Shuck was hit deep in the end zone. So this is going to be a big call. Big call.
Looked like both sides think the penalty was on the other side, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Eric Montez made a great play there. He split a double team. Got on the quarterback in a hurry.
I mean, if it's grounding, Berwick adds to their lead.
Right.
If it's roughing the passer, it's a first down for Selinsgrove.
They're waving it off.
And they're going to compromise. Nothing. There was a receiver in the vicinity. I'll give Selinsgrove that. And I didn't quite see the hit on Shuck at the back end. But those were the 2 possibilities.
Right.
And maybe the best thing is no call.
I think you could argue the fact that the hit caused the ball to land where it did, not the quarterback throwing it there.
Yeah. So Metzger back to punt. 8 yards deep in the Selinsgrove end zone. Gets the snap. Gets the kick away. And Tegan Wilk will field it at the 41-yard line. Gets a good block. Turns the corner. 35. At the 30. The 25. The 20. The 15. The 10. And he's knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Tegan Wilk got a good block from Blake Bauer. Good return by him, and Berwick in business with 7:22 remaining in this game, and Berwick leading 16-7.
It was a nice return there. The wall was set up well. Everybody turned their man to the hash, and Tegan did a good job of getting outside on that.
So Berwick, after the 36-yard punt return by Tegan Wilk, first and goal at the Selinsgrove 5-yard line. Bulldogs can really make it tough on the Seals here. They'll have the blocking backs in there to the left. Eric Montez and Dallas Schechterly. Aiden Mason deep in the backfield as the lone running back. And Ryan Lawbaugh under center. First and goal from the 5. They give us to Mason. Big hole off the left. Gets to the goal line and into the end zone for the touchdown. Great blocking to start, and then a big effort by Aiden Mason running over a would-be tackler, and Berwick builds the lead.
That was the old Brown set that Berwick ran for years on short yardage with those two lead backs and a big running back behind them. That's pretty tough to stop at the high school level.
So Tegan Wilkes, punt return, sets it up. Aiden Mason finishes. And now Brendan Hinkle will try to tack on the extra point. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. 7:16 to go. Berwick, 23. Selinsgrove, 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Northeast Pennsylvania, it's your home. And no matter what stage of life you find yourself in, what you rely on most is security. When that house becomes a home, the moment you get that new car, when your dreams become a reality, it's times like this when you have to look to the experts for advice and financial peace of mind. They're there with innovative products and services to help you with your financial future every step of the way. Together, they will help dreams and goals become reality. They are more than a bank. They're your neighbor. They are First Keystone Community Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Berwick with the breathing room now. A 23-7 lead over Selinsgrove. 7:16 remaining in the game. As Eric Montez will kick it off following Aiden Mason's 5-yard touchdown run and Brendan Hinkle's extra point. Tegan Wilk with a big punt return, setting it all up. The kick goes to the far side of the field and will bounce at the 20-yard line, and Hollenbach will pick it up at the sideline. He is hit hard. Good second effort by him. Will get it over the 20, out to the 24-yard line. That's where the Seals will put it in play.
And unfortunately for Selinsgrove, they're going to have to throw the ball now, and that's playing right into the Bulldogs' hands. I can't imagine Shock's not going to see quite a bit of pressure here in the next few plays.
Yeah, if I'm Danny Shock, I say to the coaching staff, how about some screens and some draws? First and 10 for the Seals. They mark the ball at the 23-yard line. Wide receiver left, slot to the right. Shock, the sophomore quarterback, has the snap, rolls right. It's going to be a straight keeper by him, and he is going to be knocked around right at the line of scrimmage as a flag flies on the play. Again, the Bulldogs on the road next week to take on the two-time defending District 2 Quad A champions, Valley View. And Valley View rolling again this season, undefeated and just crushing the opposition. So that'll be a big challenge.
Valley View's had quite a nice run here for the last 3 years or so.
They really have. As they mark off against the Seals, Berwick accepts back to the 12-yard line, the first and long. Andy and I will bring you that game from the roof of the press box at Valley View. We are treated as second-class citizens on our trips that way every year. Thankfully, it's in September. Last time it was November, and it was freezing. From their own 12, Shuck back to throw. Rolling right. Mason Lawbaugh in pursuit. Gets away from Mason Lawbaugh, throws it away to the sideline. Incomplete. Flag down well after the play.
Talk to Coach Orlando about the drop pass there on the sideline.
Yeah, right to him. Right to him. Eric Montez lost his helmet. Don't know what the flag is. We'll find out soon. Ball back at the 12-yard line. Referee Earl Harris. This is going to give us the call. It is unsportsmanlike against Selinsgrove, unsportsmanlike against Berwick, so it never happened.
Right. And this is the time in the game, especially for the Berwick kids, when they have to understand the moment that they're in and what they have next week. Anything happens here and they get thrown out of the game, they're out for next week as well.
Right, and we don't know who got called for that, but if they should get a second one here at the final 6:42, you're right, they would have to sit out the Valley View game.
Exactly.
So that is huge. So it is 1st and 22. Selinsgrove back at their 12-yard line. 6:42 remaining. Berwick leading it 23-7. Selinsgrove with two receivers to the left. Hollenbach is the tailback in the I formation. Shuck under center. Has the snap, rolls to his left, fires on the run, coming back and making the catch, and then a big hit by Tegan Wilk at the 18-yard line of Christian Camps. Tegan has those hits that get the reaction from the stands.
And that's the way you teach it. It comes from the lower body. He rolls his hips as well as anybody I've seen at the high school level.
So it's 3rd down and 14 for Selinsgrove back at their 19-yard line. 6:09 to go. Slot to the right. Shuck on a roll right. Fires, and it's incomplete. Intended for Josh Nyland. And, boy, coverage downfield and 35 yards downfield by Blaine Cleaver. And he's right by that small, quick wide receiver.
And that impressed me on the film that I watched earlier this week with Blaine. I noticed that when they go man-to-man, they don't switch him out. They don't move him inside. He just covers the slot. And for a kid that's 6'2", 220 pounds or so, that's really impressive.
So Selinsgrove in a punting situation, 4th and long from their own territory. And it must be a timeout call because Derek Hicks is on the field. 5:36 remaining in this one. Berwick leads at 23-7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
You haven't had the best till you've been to Romeo's Italian Submarines. Romeo's Italian Submarines, you've got to try them. Romeo's Submarines menu includes wings, wraps, and so much more. Romeo's is also home to Sasser's Sweet Stop, where you can get your ice cream on. Romeo's Italian Submarines and Sasser's Sweet Stop. Open till 9 Sunday through Thursday until 10 Friday and Saturday. 1306 Orange Street, Berwick. 570-752-8788.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Under 6 minutes to play here, Crispin Field. Berwick trying to stay unbeaten and well on their way. They lead Selinsgrove 23-7. And the Bulldogs are going to get the football back following this Selinsgrove timeout. Wyatt Metzger is back inside the 10-yard line of the Seals to do the punting. Last time they punted, a terrific return by Tegan Wilk set up a Berwick touchdown. Metzger, a low snap, fields it on a hop and gets the kick away. Wilk will have to let it roll. Good coverage by the Seals. And it rolls dead at the Berwick 40-yard line. So the Bulldogs, with 5:46 to play, are one time-consuming drive away from putting this one away. Berwick beat Selinsgrove last year at Harold L. Bolwick Field, 21-7. But that snapped a 3-game winning streak for the Seals in this series. But Berwick going to make it 2 in a row tonight, unless something unforeseen happens in the final 5:46.
I would expect a big dose of Aiden Mason and Alejandro Lopez on this drive.
Both of them are in the Berwick offense, as the Bulldogs, moving from our right to our left, have it at their own 40-yard line. Slot to the left, wide receiver right. Ryan Lawbaugh out of the gun. Has the snap. Gives the ball to Lopez off the right side. Alejandro Lopez with a good effort. Over the 45, out to the 47-yard line.
Selinsgrove stacking the line of scrimmage now. I think they're just coming all out. This could be a bad spell for them. This is kind of the thing that happens when you have a long run. They're bringing 7 or 8 guys on every play.
They marked it back to the 46, so give Lopez 6 on the play. 2nd and 4, Bulldogs. 3 receivers in there, but expect to see him keeping it on the ground and using that clock. As the give is to Mason over the 45, out to about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. 3rd down coming for the Bulldogs as we go under 5 minutes remaining. Stay with us in the post game. Raven Klein will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard. Hard to believe. This is weekend number 5. We're halfway through the regular season.
Once it starts, it rolls.
As Berwick, 3rd down. Trying to play keep away here. They have it at their own 47. Lava has the snap. Keeps the football. Looking for the 1st down. I think he's going to come up just a little bit short. Now, Berwick rolled the dice in that 3rd quarter on a 4th and 2. Let's see if they'll go for it on 4th and less than a yard. Sheptock is the punter, and he's just come to the sideline.
Schechterly came in.
And here comes Montez. So Berwick once again will go for it on 4th down. Less than a yard, just short of midfield. And we have a whistle and a flag. And if it's against the Bulldogs, they'll be punting it away. Earl Harris emphatically saying something to Carmen DiFrancesco. So there'll be a discussion before the walk-off. 3:45 remaining in the game. Can't imagine what the discussion would be at this point. It's a flag or
not sure.
Isn't it?
I haven't signaled what the... No.
I think you'll see the punt by Berwick if the walk-off is against the Bulldogs, and it is. I didn't see the indication yet of the penalty, but it's 5 against Berwick. Back to their 44. So Sean Sheptock and the punt team on.
I think it might have been he called an illegal substitution because Montez ran on the field late, but if he was inside the hash mark, not sure about that one.
So Sean Sheptock back at Berwick 32-yard line. Jake Lanning with a good snap, and the kick is away. Very, very high. Terrific punt. 4 on the far side. Fields it at the 18-yard line to the 25. Tight ropes the sideline and gets out of bounds at the 34. So a terrific punt by Sheptock. Nice return by Brett Ford. And the Seals get it for perhaps the last time in this game. 3:20 remains. And Berwick leads this one 23-7.
Such a nice punt. I think he out-punted his coverage on that, which allowed the returner to get a few yards back on it.
So if you're just joining us and you're surprised that the Berwick defense gave up 7, they did not. The touchdown for the Seals coming on a 8-yard interception return by Josh Nyland in that opening half. So this Berwick defense remains very, very tough. There's a walk-off against Selinsgrove and a blocking violation on that return. They'll mark it at the 29-yard line of the Seals, where they have it 1st and 10. mentioned Berwick on the road next week at Valley View. Selinsgrove home against Loyalsock as Berwick uses a timeout. 3:20 to go, 23-7 Bulldogs. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
How do you save money when you shop for groceries? If you haven't checked out Surplus Outlet, you're missing out on savings that could go right into your pocket. Hello, this is Justin Michaels, and at Surplus Outlet, we take saving you money very seriously. At Surplus Outlet, you'll find groceries and much more at below wholesale prices. We work hard to buy right and pass those savings directly on to you. At Surplus Outlet, we stock all the items that you would expect at a grocery store, but each week we get new arrivals, and the savings can be tremendous. So you'll want to stop in often.
Surplus Outlet with locations on Route 11 Northumberland, Route 11 Berwick, and Route 15 Montgomery.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Berwick and Valley View are on a collision course. In the fourth quarter at Homesdale, Valley View leads 49-14. So the Cougars are certainly going to remain unbeaten. And here, Berwick leads Selinsgrove 23-7. Bulldogs will remain unbeaten. 3:20 to go in the game. Selinsgrove at their 29, moving from our left to our right. Shuck gives the ball off to Hollenbach. He's hit hard, but a good run by him gets the first down over the 45-yard line.
Hollenbach is a little bit of a change of pace kind of runner, but he's got quick feet.
Got to the 46. That's a 17-yard pickup by Hollenbach. And a first down for the Seals as we go under 3 minutes to go in the game. Hollenbach to the right of Shuck. Shuck gives to Hollenbach again. This time he will not get far. In fact, maybe to the line of scrimmage. Boy, Mason Lawbaugh's had a big game. Getting after the quarterback, and that time getting the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10.
He's just got such a nice combination of speed and strength. It's tough for a high school lineman to contend with that.
Second down and 10. Shuck gives to Hollenbach again, and he is brought down after a gain of about a yard off that left side. You know, Tegan Wilk was an All-Stater a year ago and probably should be on that team again when this season ends, but Berwick has some other candidates. Mason Lawbaugh is one. Eric Montez is another. I like Blaine Cleaver.
Blaine Cleaver, yeah. And maybe not on a first-team level. But there's a couple other kids out there that I'm sure will get recognized as well.
3rd and 9. The give is to Hollenbach, and he gets to midfield, and that's it. Sullivan Slabinski in on the tackle after a 3-yard gain for Hollenbach. Clock running, 1:39 to go in this game. And the Seals will bring the punt team on. Wyatt Metzger's had a busy night doing that. He's not had a busy night catching the football. They've not been able to get it to him. Had 6 catches, 3 of them for touchdowns coming into this game. Tegan Wilk very deep for the Bulldogs. They faked from this area earlier. This time they will punt it away. But the kick goes to the far side, takes a nice roll, and goes out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark it inside the 10-yard line. But just 1:06 remaining in the game. And Berwick, a couple of kneel downs perhaps away from their 5th straight win to start the season. Again, Valley View, the 2-time defending District 2 Quad A champion. Boy, they're going great guns. Dallas is as well. Those are going to be the marquee games the rest of the way for the Bulldogs.
And this was a good test tonight. I think you need some games like that where things don't always go your own way, and you have to figure out other ways to be successful, and I think the Bulldogs did that tonight.
Yeah, they trailed 7-6 in this one after the interception return. But their defense has been outstanding. Their offense has had its moments. And now from their own 9-yard line, chance to put this one away. Lawbaugh under center. Gives the ball to Aiden Mason, protecting the football, trying the left side. Does not get to the line of scrimmage as they'll mark it back yard or two. Selinsgrove has timeouts, but trailing 23-7. They'll take them back to Selinsgrove with them, as they will not use them. And Berwick now probably a kneel down away from putting this one on ice. They'll get a second straight win over Selinsgrove. Again, they had lost 3 in a row to the Seals before winning at Harold L. Bowling Field last year by a score of 21-7. Similar score here, 23-7. As the give to Aiden Mason again. He'll get a yard or two, and that will be the final play of this one. The final score, Berwick 23, Selinsgrove 7. You're listening to Berwick Football and Sports Radio HLM.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
When you need the services of a professional law firm, you need the law offices of Lutz & Petty at 916 West Front Street in Berwick. Lutz & Petty is your hometown choice for elder law and asset protection, criminal law, estate planning, real estate, and personal injury. The full-service legal team of Lutz & Petty takes this opportunity to wish the Berwick Bulldogs a successful and injury-free season. Call them at 570-218-4888. The law offices of Lutz & Petty, protecting you. Go Dogs!
See the winning lineup of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Also, quality pre-owned vehicles at Bear Chrysler in Berwick. Celebrating their 30th year, Bear Chrysler has a body shop and a full-service center servicing all makes and models. They've earned the highest possible rating from Chrysler and the prestigious J.D. Power Award for Excellence. Need a truck? Bear has a vast inventory, including the 2019 Ram Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Or choose one of 50 new Jeeps in stock, including Renegade, Cherokee, and Grand Cherokee. Bear Chrysler, 1127 Pine Street, Berwick.
Quality care for your dental health at Berwick Dental Arts, 105 West 9th Street in Berwick. State-of-the-art equipment comes together with a tradition of 45 years of personalized care. From the youngest to the oldest patient, let Berwick Dental Arts doctors and staff take care of every aspect of your dental needs. They'll process all types of insurances. Make your appointment today. Call Berwick Dental Arts friendly staff at 752-4542. Berwick Dental Arts, making smiles beautiful.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Bulldogs get it done here tonight. Never easy against Selinsgrove. It wasn't this evening, but the Bulldogs remain unbeaten with a 23-7 win. Started well. Berwick took the opening kickoff, put together a 7-play, 75-yard scoring drive, capped in a 5-yard touchdown run by Tegan Wilk. Biggest play along the way, a 46-yard pass completion from Ryan Lawbaugh to Sean Sheptock to the 5-yard line. And that 7-play, 75-yard drive to start the game is the Ken Pollock Ford Lincoln drive of the game. Later in that opening quarter, Berwick backed up to their own 1-yard line, facing a 3rd down and 10. Ryan Lawbaugh rolls right in the end zone. Nate Schoen in his face. Lawbaugh's pass is overthrown, picked off by Josh Nyland. Goes in for the touchdown from 8 yards out. Kyle Rule kicked the extra point. Selinsgrove led after one quarter, 7-6. Bulldogs regained the lead in the second quarter on an 11-play drive, including 22-yard runs by Aiden Mason and Ryan Lawbaugh, and a big 3rd and 12 pass completion of 15 yards to Tegan Wilk from Ryan Lawbaugh. The drive stalled at the Selinsgrove 11, but Brendan Hinkle came on, kicked the second field goal of the season for him, his longest, 32 yards, and Berwick had a 9-7 lead with 6:38 to go in the second quarter. On Selinsgrove's next possession, Mason Lawbaugh, who's outstanding tonight, put the heat on Seals quarterback, Danny Schock. And Schock's pass was intercepted by Mike Zalutko, returning to the Selinsgrove 29-yard line. 2 plays later, Ryan Lawbaugh, a 23-yard touchdown pass to Sean Sheptock, who went high over a defender in the end zone for the score. Brendan Hinkle with the extra point. 16-7 Bulldogs. And one more drive that stalled out the Selinsgrove 30-yard line with 8 seconds to go in the half. There was no scoring in the third quarter. The final period, Berwick went from their 30 to the Selinsgrove 10, 13-play drive, but came up short. The Bulldogs later, though, held Selinsgrove, forced a punt. Tegan Wilk, a 36-yard return to the 5-yard line. Aiden Mason in from the 5-yard line from there. Brendan Hinkle with the extra point. That was with 7:16 to go in the game, and that was all the scoring. The final, Berwick 23, Selinsgrove 7. Scores of other games coming up with Raven Klein. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio HLM.